Good evening, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How is everybody doing this lovely evening? Hello, hello, hello. Who have we got in the chat today? Hello, Honeyblood Milko. Hello, Ivy. Hello, Spoops. Hi, Borg Productions. Hello, Hi Cal. Hi Cal. Hello, Loki Mama Bear. And hello, Emily. Oh, and also Blue Jay. I don't know if I said Blue Jay, but welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, Cece. How is everybody doing this lovely, lovely evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time zone you just so happen to be in? Chat. They let her out of her cell again, okay? She broke out of Arkham Asylum, okay? Authorities are currently inspecting the cell for damage and how they got out of the how they got out of there as we speak, okay? We have Gotham City's finest, okay? Maybe she got into cahoots with Clayface. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. They're trying to figure out how the hell she got out of her padded cell, okay? Crazy stuff, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Guys, evil stuff happening, okay? We've had some we've had some dangerous people, some dangerous felons afoot recently, okay? That needed a safety report to inform the public of just how dangerous these people are. And I am going to change the stream. Oh my god, look chat. No scuff this stream. No scuff in the slightest. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Sandman is involved, I just know it. So true. They're doing a Clayface movie apparently. Yes, it's going to be a horror movie. I've been waiting for that to come out. Shame they never did the Batwoman movie. Because I would have had Scarecrow, and I would have very much liked to see that. Oh, God. So, if the title wasn't very obvious, okay, and all the people in everyone else's Discord servers and my own chat now apparently calling me Ying the Yang, we are going to be covering KP's safety report on Lio Convoy, okay? We've already had some amazing art made for this, okay? Thanks to the lovely Dot, who is always asleep when I stream, and then they always appear randomly in the VODs. So, hi Dot, I know you're seeing this. Thank you very much for this amazing artwork. Hey KP, Ying the Yang, not what I'm called. Dude, this is awesome. This is awesome, okay? So, where were we when we last met with KP? KP was doxing everyone left, right, and center, okay? To the point that their last safety report got taken down because it broke Google's terms of service. Oh, sorry, Microsoft, you know, whichever way you want to put around it, okay? To the point where they've now got a new archive channel, and I have a little game theory, okay, for the reason why they had this stupid little archive channel, okay? I think it's not because they want to go ahead and consolidate all these gay little safety reports into one place, okay? I think it's because she's worried her channel's going to get struck down because she knows what she's doing is against TOS. Holy shit. And speaking of that, we're going to go to her main channel right now, okay? Guys, I've been so busy recently, okay? Big videos are in the works, okay? Okay? One's a bit more of a smaller video, okay? Both of them are, well, two of them are collabs, okay? And then we've got the big project, okay? I am, and I might as well say this here, because I don't think I've said it before on stream. I am 43%. I did the math, okay? I ironically did the math to how many sections I've got left, okay? I am 43% done with my research on Ponder Sprocket. I have been doing this project for, ooh, lovely voice crack, for about a year now. Coming up to a year. Because we've had technical difficulties, because she booted everyone out of the server. But it's not going to stop me, okay? I have all the logs, Ponder. I'm going to get there eventually, okay? When I release that, we will release that, okay? I need to make sure it's done correctly. But that is still in the works, okay? I wonder if I'll get it done before Booman's FCK video. Evil. Quick DM from Fishy. Is this going to be the N-word? Let me have a look. What have you sent me, Fishy? Let me have a look. Street fight moment? play this whenever Yin the Yang gets mentioned for funny. I feel like I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble and smited on the spot if I do that. But thank you very much, Fishy. Holy shit. Holy shit, guys. Fucking hell. Yap, yap, yap. Okay, I'm not taking this from Hidden Heroine, the person who couldn't get their mic fixed for a good portion of the beginning of their stream, and then thought their chat was gaslighting them, simply because of their shitty fucking mic delay. Dude, Hidden covered this recently, and they were just like, oh, you guys are gaslighting me, my mic's fine, after, like, the fucking, it fixed itself, okay? Fucking hell. Hidden sweeper in, okay? Evil stuff, evil stuff. Yap, yap, yap. When you come on and yap yourself, buddy. Evil. Evil, 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 evil. Stereotypical Asian music cue. Fucking Christ. When you get to Yen the Yan, but she's Chinese, this is what you would look like if you were black or Chinese. Oh, fuck. Okay. 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 We're gonna get into this, okay? Because I don't know how recently this little update to this situation has happened, okay? Because I noticed it whilst I was setting up the stream, and I was like, ah, shit. So, on ILoveKimpossibleAlot's main account, okay? After a short break, our latest safety report on YouTuber Lio Convoy is now available. Link. Due to potential access or censorship concerns, the report and any potential further reports are hosted on Mega instead of Google Drive. A read-only version has also been uploaded to YouTube for reference, and here's the video version. Viewers are encouraged to download the material for their own records. Public reviews and additional coverage of the material is encouraged to spread information regarding online safety issues. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today, KP. Okay, so don't you worry, you'll get loads of coverage on this. Additionally, a separate YouTube channel and a Twitter has been created to separate the safety report video vlogs from the main channel and log supporting material. The channel is linked below. Link. Splink. As far as the channel, the focus for now remains on safety-related issues rather than standard channel content, as behaviour has gone beyond criticism and has extended to potentially illegal actions. For shame. This has included multiple attempts by third-party commentary channels to access details of KP's private life, including sexual and medical history. Oh, we're still doing this again. Oh, fuck, I know. For publicization and monetization purposes. Okay, we're going to break this part down. We might as well finish this. I'm going to break this down bit by bit. It is currently undetermined whether undetermined whether further reports will be published. It is currently unknown if/when normal content will resume. We thank you for your patience and understanding as safety-related issues continue to escalate revolving KP and the community at large. The KP staff. Isn't that nice, guys? Isn't that nice? Thank you very much, Francis, for the $5 Ying the Yang, Cat Goto, and Cooley. Whatever next Ace of Spades, Lio Cowboy, Crack Sauce. Fucking Christ. Thank you, Francis. Okay, we're going to break this down. Due to potential access and censorship concerns. So, censorship concerns? Do you mean when you posted your own phone number in the last safety report, KP? Or when you were starting to basically... I'm trying to remember what kind of stuff that... It was basically an attempt at trying to use... They were basically trying to, like, sue. Or look into, like, getting Barbie disbarred. Okay? Stuff like that, right? Along with the stuff with... I don't think Hidden... Was Hidden mentioned, really, in the last doc? I think they were. There was, like, a whole different case with Hidden. Okay? Whole different case with Hidden. Where they unironically tried using Germany's shitty laws to try and get Hidden in legal trouble. Because she's just a bitch like that. So, potential access and or censorship concerns, because the last one got taken down because it contained potential docs information of people and people had to basically censor it out, to the point where people, including me, right, were in her comments section on that post, on that document, saying, KP, you got people's docs information in here, potential docs information in here, and you have your own phone number in here. And what she did was, if people don't remember this, from the last safety report, all she did was censor her own phone number out, and that was it. Because she is that much of an evil bitch, okay? And as we all know, that doc got taken down, right? Well, what also happens, thankfully, right, I've got the mega doc pulled up right now. Let's go look at it. Oh, wait. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that? Again, game theory, right? Game theory, okay? FNAF game theory, right? I think the reason that she wanted to put it on a Mega Drive, or Mega, whatever this hosting program is because they thought the terms and service would be different and more lenient than it would be on Google Drive. So they thought they could include all the PII they wanted in this, and it still got reported. Now, from my understanding, from people who have covered this, the only thing this stuff that is inside this document is Lio's stuff. And I know Lio's stuff is already public, if I'm understanding this is true. I believe this is probably why this got struck down, because you put someone else's address in it, even if it was public. Or the guy just spouts off every left, right, and center, okay? But what I'm going to try and do is, I'm going to try and, pull on the other screen, basically, if I feel like we're getting to a part which may include PII. That's my plan, anyway, when it comes to this, okay? But thankfully, thank you very much, who was it again who sent me this? Thank you very much, web abuser, or web user, random web abuser, okay, for sending me the document. Hidden also sent it to me as well. Okay. She says Lio's job. Okay. Radioing to Agent Ivy, okay. Please can you go ahead and tell me where that is, please? Do you need me? You're free to call in, K-Hulk. But, Agent Ivy, can you go ahead and check the doc, please, and tell me what page the PII is so I can avoid it? Thank you. Poor Ivy, they're trying to eat their food, and I'm just... Oh, it's awful. But thankfully, we have this archived, okay? We do have this archived. I was also going to look and just point out the fact that they have this archive channel as well, where they have, the full doc listed, okay? Which I would not be surprised if it gets shut down in a few weeks, considering, right? Right, and what the hell is this? 6 days ago. I'm sorry, what are these?
Hey everyone, this is going to be a long video. I'm Oblivion Fall, as you might have already guessed.
What is this? Oblivion Fall and Sean Webby? Who the hell are these people? If anyone knows anything about it, let me know. And then Michael Boggs' original apology for KP Anon leaks. Is this to do with, the 2017... Okay, yeah. The original video was uploaded in 2017, but deleted in 24 hours. Oh, so this is the, KP hiring people. Was it... if I'm understanding this correctly, wasn't it... It was volunteered people who work for KP. And one of them was underage or something along those lines. I could be getting this wrong. But if I'm understanding this correctly, this is probably what this is. Those were old team members who she had some grudges against. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. K-Hug should just have perms to pull up if she wants to. Oh, poor K-Hug. Okay. Tactical Templar destroys quartering in true secure fashion. Apparently they said the N-word is my understanding. This is the version I got when the doc link is in the app. Oh, interesting. Hold on. Thank you, Zelia. So, this is the actual... So it gives you a bit more information of why it violates it. It's not that they just violated it once, chat, for TOS on Mega Drive. They violated it closed for gross violations of Mega's terms of service. Holy shit. That's insane. Insane work, okay? Yeah, and I don't have the dock. Oh, shit. Don't worry about Ivy. Hold on. Let me blow this shit up for you right now. I'm in a very good mood. They're in a very good mood. Okay. What's Fishy sent me? We'll get into this chat. Oh, Fishy actually warning me what a soundbite is so I can mute my desktop. Thank you, Fishy. Is that real? I'm not playing it. Okay. But his tactical Templar saying the N-word like he's revving a chainsaw. Jesus Christ. Okay. Right, chat. Let's get into this. Ooh, lovely voice crack. Oh, bloody light as fuck. Holy shit. Oh, I normally am playing shit on dark mode. Okay. Let me have a quick sip of my drink. And then we'll get comfortable, chat. And we'll look right into this, okay? And guys, holy shit, there are 60 of you currently watching. If you're enjoying the content, even though we've just started, hit the like button. Don't hit the like button. Unlike the video if you want. And subscribe, okay? Awesome stuff. Let me have a sip of my drink. Okay. Mega got into this mega controversy for not taking things down or screening any of the things they let their users put up. So this is insane to see. How the hell did KP get terminated? Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. Holy shit, 121 pages. We'll see how far we get into this tonight. Lio Convoy, drama/commentary YouTuber. Wrong. He also does toy reviews. Awful research. This document is intended solely as a safety notice for adjacent online communities. No one should contact, harass, or engage with this individual. The purpose is to present an unbiased report of events to promote safety awareness, documentation, and preventative measures, not retaliation. So that's why we're allegedly going to put where he works in this thing. Nice. For best viewing, use desktop. Google Docs can... Okay, fuck off. Content rated R. Okay. Do not care. Who is Lio Convoy? Lio Convoy is a commentary creator known for covering online controversies, often positioning himself as a pragmatic and outcome-focused rather than emotionally driven. He gets a bit emotional when you're a pedophile, but, you know. His content frequently emphasizes personal responsibility, skepticism towards unverified claims, and the potential real-world consequences of public accusations. While he's not a journalist by training, he often frames his commentaries using adversary or cautionary language that can resemble professional or legal guidance. Legal guidance. Lio Convoy. What? I'm sorry? What? The fuck are you talking about, dude? I don't think Lio's really ever cited law in his content. I think the most when it comes to law, when it comes to Lio, is go to the police. Don't make a Google Docie first. Go to the police, okay? And then you can spread online awareness, okay? Because stuff like that can mess with an investigation. Oh, I already read ahead. I know what's coming up. I need a big red button whenever this topic gets brought up. In past online discussions, Lio Convoy has associated with several controversies within commentary and art community spaces. These have generally involved participation in extended confrontation calls or group discussions addressing alleged misconduct in online communities. One widely referenced example is the January 2023 Rosa call. Do I really have to say the whole Rosa spiel again? The Rosa call is evil and bad. It shouldn't have happened. It was fucked up. It was evil. Evil call. Okay. A multi-hour Discord discussion that drew criticism from some observers who felt the tone became excessively confrontational towards a vulnerable individual. Third-party coverage example here. Who is the third-party coverage?
I have a scenario.
Who the fuck are you? Cringy? I've never heard of this person. I'm so confused. What? Okay. I mean, fair enough.
Difficult. Know that she has autism. They know that she may have issues.
Okay, so it's just going over the Rosa call. Okay, got it. Understood. Lio has been also Lio has also been involved in broader disputes within the online commentary community, including public disagreements with other creators, such as Hopeless Peaches. Okay. These incidents have contributed to an ongoing debate about Lio's approach to accountability discussions online. Supporters often view his actions as attempts to investigate or address misconduct. This is so written by AI within internet communities. While critics argue that the confrontational format of these discussions can escalate conflict and create hostile environments. I don't really think anyone's already said that. From, like, the Lio critics? I think... I don't know. Have they? I think it was more so just, like, not... What was it? Like, you're not accepting that this is a bully call. Just say this is a bully call and then people don't care. At least that was, like, the old criticism, I believe. I believe that could have shifted when it comes to, like, the way that stuff happens with Lio. I don't know. Any Lio Convoy haters in chat, please illuminate me. As with many events in online commentary spaces, perspectives on these incidents vary depending on the source and the community discussing them. Important context, prior coverage of Lio Convoy, and it's the Lancer video. Okay. Additional coverage. Who the fuck?
The art commentary community, better known as the art scene.
It's okay. Let me go back. Ah, fuck! I shouldn't have done it that way. Okay, anyway, we've got it. Okay. Although it's important to note that these videos have their own biases, there are a multitude of overlapping issues covered in this report. Well, what's interesting about this whole thing is, right, KP has been friends with Lio since what? What, like 2021? Is it 2021? They had been friends for a very long time. And either KP was just blissfully ignorant of any of these, like, controversies, or she's only caring about it now because Lio had gone against her, basically, when it came to the whole Saberspark drama. And basically being transparent on his end in terms of, like, his involvement and stuff like that. Because, yeah, his name was mentioned, obviously people are gonna have questions about, like, his involvement. I'm a Lio convoy. I'm a Lio hater, but honestly, her whole thing about it is grabbing at any criticisms that be sent his way and using it to attack him. What Rachel is doing here, that is. Yeah, fair. Okay. Let's see. The issues included handling and circulation of private or sensitive information. Well, KP, considering this and your last safety report got taken down for violating terms of service, I wouldn't be shocked if you're a massive hypocrite. Information shared in limited or private contexts being referenced or used beyond its original scope. This aligns with current concerns regarding the use and dissemination of recorded conversations and private interactions. Blurring of private and public boundaries. Movement of issues from private discussions into public-facing content or commentary. This mirrors the transition of private calls and conversations into public framing and narrative discussions. Huh? Just say making private calls public. This is just ChatGPT garbage. Escalation patterns in interpersonal conflict, situations where conflict increases in intensity rather than being resolved or contained. This is consistent with the progression from initial concerns to broader public dispute and amplification. Reframing or selective presentation of events, emphasis on certain details while omitting or downplaying others, affecting interpretation. What? No, interpretation. Dude, I'm having a stroke today. Why can't I say these words right? This directly reflects concerns in this report regarding selective framing and omission of context in public responses. What do you mean, context? I guess we're going to get into it. Inconsistencies between private interactions and public positioning. Differences in tone, intent, or representation depending on whether communication is private or public. This aligns with observed discrepancies between private conversations and subsequent public characterizations of those interactions. Well, if this is talking about Lio and KP, right? I don't think he was particularly... He was pretty honest when they were, like, on pretty decent terms, right? When it came to stuff with the whole, like, you know, he didn't... From my understanding, Lio didn't make things public until it became clear how completely screwy the situation was. But he's probably going to appear in the chat later on and bite my head off for being wrong. But yeah, no, like, it's not like, it's not a difference between private and public facing positionings. Lio just wasn't as aware about, like, what was going on with this as, like, people were led to believe, from my memory. Like, what did he... Lio knew that, like, there was an alleged victim of Saber Sparks. Oh, that was it, because Lio didn't even read her script. I believe that was the thing, right? Didn't read it, let her deal with it on her own, right? He may have sent it over, or, like, the video and stuff like that, but he never really talked about it on, like, gave actual genuine criticism for it, if memory is serving me correctly. But yeah. This sounds like an AI having a stroke. Who's the yin and the yang? I'm gonna kill you. Let's see. Using of narrative framing to guide audience perception. I'm sorry, what? Language and presentation choices that influence how individuals or events are interpreted. This connects to the documented use of frame language and repeated characterization patterns outlined in this report. When it comes to Lio and KP, all he did was upload the raw call, basically. Let me have a look. Let me have a quick look, chat. Hold on. I believe if I go to Lio Convoy's channel, if I search Lio Convoy KP, if I go to the hard, what was it? The hardened heart of I Love Kim Possible a lot.
All right, like always, look at the screen, and if it upsets you that this is being pointed to, I promise you'll be okay.
Thank you, Lio. Hold on.
Absolute maelstrom of hate to be thrown at accusations, and then she.
Feel more comfortable as.
So yeah, all he did was basically list out the screenshots of the conversations that were relevant with this, and then it was the call with her. I'm pretty sure.
He's in his mid-30s. Okay. You know.
Yeah, it was the call with her. Like, you can't. Do you mean like? Narrative framing doesn't make sense in this context. Lio can draw? Yes, Lio draws. A Lio man draw. Involvement of additional parties in ongoing disputes. Expansion of conflicts through the inclusion of more individuals over time. This parallels the increased number of participants involving in the current situation. Current! No one has thought about you until you made this safety report. There's nothing current about this situation. What are you talking about? Unironically, KP could have just continued doing her regular content and no one would have continued to talk about her. Right? Like, we would have moved on. She's unironically picked, like, the worst time to do this. Like, there is a drought of content at the moment, okay? Unironic content drought, okay? And she's just made herself the main target. Again. Because she can't just live her life. She can't just, you know, do her, like, cartoon reviews and just fuck off. But I hope she keeps coming back, okay? Makes my life easy. Let's see. Involvement of it, yeah, I've read that. This parallels the increased number of, yeah, okay, I read that. Contributing to the complexity and amplification. Challenges around consent, communication clarity, and boundaries. Ongoing tension regarding how conversations are conducted, recorded, and shared. Keep in mind, right, this is coming from the same person who didn't make it clear to that DA Games guy. What's his name? Is it Matt? The guy that, like, she accused him of, like, coming in her clothes, right? When it was just a story that he made up and it never actually happened. Did not make it clear that they were recording that call. So she really cannot be talking. This directly overlaps with the core concerns in this report regarding yeah, okay. Summary. This prior coverage is relevant because multiple concerns identified in that video appear consistent with newer patterns observed in the current incident. While each situation is evaluated independently, the overlap suggests these behaviors may not be isolated. What? The concurrence of similar concerns around separate contexts may be relevant when evaluating patterns of behavior, particularly in matters involving private communication, consent, and public framing. You know what you do to not have your DMs leaked, chat? It's very simple. Don't lie, don't falsely accuse someone, and don't be a pedophile. These are the top 3 ways of not getting DM leaks, okay? And try not to gay up, okay? Those are the 4 main ways to not have your DMs leaked in commentary, okay? That is how you do it. That is how you do it. And then you got a meme, because of course they had to include a meme, because this is a very, very serious R-rated safety report, okay? Jesus Christ. Summary of issues identified in this case. This report outlines concerns regarding the conduct of Lio Convoy in connection with recorded conversations, framing of allegations, and responses to the misuse of private information involving KP and other parties. The issues identified include potentially illegal sharing of private assets sent to other parties, including raw audio from KP to Lio for review purposes only. That's not how this works. That is not how this works, okay? Could you imagine, right, the number, okay, the number of cases online when you put screenshots from Discord into a Google document and you ship it off to Twitter? Because trust me, a lot of them come across my timeline. A lot do, okay? And 99% of them happen on Discord with Discord screenshots. I highly doubt... Oh, and videos and stuff and links and all that stuff. I highly doubt that a courtroom would take that seriously. That's fucked up, fishy. I doubt anyone would take that seriously. Also, I find that interesting, actually. Potentially illegal. Potentially illegal. It's either illegal or it's not. Okay? Okay. Undisclosed or inadequately disclosing recording of a private conversation. You've done that yourself. Shut up. Also, I'm pretty sure Lio Convoy is in a one-party consent state. That's not how this works. Undertaken while clear informed consent and later uploaded publicly, you would never. Raising concerns regarding consent, context, and legality and appropriate handling of recorded conversations. While noting that separate recording is in another context involved documenting alleged she does bring it up. She does bring it up. While noting that separate recording in another context involved documenting alleged illegal misconduct, including sexual harassment. Now, is she referring to herself? Is she referring to the call she recorded from the guy from DA Games, where she accused him of like sexual misconduct or something because of the joke, right? The fake story about him nutting in her clothes, right? Or is it talking about the Jordan thing? I'm not sure which one she's trying to do, okay? What's funny is because either one is wrong, okay? If we are assuming that it is the KP call that she had with the DA Games employee, that Chris, thank you. That's not how that works, because it was not sexual misconduct, it wasn't something that actually happened, it was a joke, and you did not give consent. And when it comes to the Jordan thing, right, when it comes to Lio, that didn't end up getting recorded. So I can only assume She's talking about herself. Thank you very much, Francis, for the $5 US. Most people who complain about calls being leaked have something to hide or it makes them look bad. Yeah, listen, I do understand, right? There is examples. For example, you are just, I don't know. I'm gonna have to, what's an example I could mention, right? Of a private call getting leaked that was bad. Okay, I would unironically say the Himbleton one, where he has his breakdown. Like, unironically, horrible that it got leaked. You're catching a man in his moment of weakness. I think that was horrible that got leaked. Personally, I genuinely, that is a horrific time where that's happened. That is the example in commentary that comes to mind immediately. That's the first thing that I can think of. So yeah, I can understand there are examples where you wouldn't want a call being leaked because of that reason. But a lot of the time, we don't end up doing that, right? I've had calls where I've had to cut out, like, people's mental breakdowns sometimes. Stuff like that, right? Like, I'm not, like, there's like, you only include what you need to include a lot of the time. But yeah. Framing of serious allegations with implied certainty, including character judgments and conclusions presented without adjudication or professionally verified evidence, despite such determinations being reserved exclusively for criminal courts under US law. Motherfucker, welcome to commentary. Anyone's entitled to their own opinion. What are you talking about? You are using jargon you spat out from ChatGPT to try and make this sound official. You're an idiot. Character judgments. Conclusions presented without adjudication. Me looking out to the sea of commentary videos done by people like, I don't know, Turkey Tom, Beckett, Toastify, myself, Ace, Lio. Like, it's coverage. At the end of the day, right? It's coverage. What are you talking about? Like, again, framing serious allegations with implied certainty. What are you referring to when someone is being a pedophile and we call them a pedophile? Because I'm not legally qualified to identify someone as a pedophile, but they are being a pedophile. I can call them that, okay? If you have a problem with that, there's something wrong with you. Hello, Nix. Jesus Christ. Okay. Also, I should show this as well. I saw this in the Discord recently as well. Where's Hi Cal? I'll quickly show this and then we'll continue. Cal, like, immediately made, like, as soon as this doc came out, Ying the Yang, my evil alter ego. And they've stated, evil Yen alter ego, Ying the Yang. Her eyes are yin-yang orbs and she has heterochromia. Her powers are eyes freezes thing. She makes videos about crochet and knitting. She has a predominantly blue color scheme, and her background will be an ice cave. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hi Carl. That's awesome. Okay. Back to the safety report. Let's see. Unauthorized use of stolen creative assets. Where is it? Fucking hell. Oh, I forget your name for the life of me, dude. Is it Alex? Alex. I think it's Alex. I think I remember your name. I think that's referring to Alex's post. Or was it Alex? I don't remember. It was basically when I think KP's like pitch to Disney got like published. Right? Documentation including private creative materials has been obtained and circulated through a secondary party without clear knowledge or consent. That is the thing that would come to mind immediately, right? But it could be referring to her whole shit with, like, the leaked response, I guess. I don't even think I got that from Lio. I don't think a lot of people got that from Lio, actually. I think people got that from someone else. And that was already made public. Potential harassment and adjacent conduct, including instances of escalatory communication, name-calling, and the use of gendered language directed at the individual rather than the substance of the discussion. What a bitch. Oh no, they called you mean names. Oh no. Oh no. I fucking care, dude. Like, fuck off. Dismissal of minimalization of documented boundary cross violations, including awareness that are leaked or private materials concerning KP being used by third-party commentators, without evidence of public correction, intervention, or condemnation. Who cares? Breach of trust within a private interpersonal context, including confronting KP in a manner that discounted her stated safety concerns. What? Developing understanding of the situation, expressed boundaries regarding communication and the documentation. Again, I still think this is probably referring to this video, right? This is what this is referring to?
Yeah, he's in his mid-30s. He's closer to my age.
I didn't know that.
But it's not that Beckett does not care. Beckett tries his best in a lot of ways to keep some sort of professional distance from.
Like, this was a few different calls, I'm pretty sure, right?
He did do it initially. This will make people immediately discard it. That's at least communicate to people. No, she actually believes this happened. She is thoroughly convinced, because why would a woman go to the police otherwise? Now, there have been plenty of cases, even though Courtney says otherwise, where women have made false rape accusations to ruin a man's life. That just has happened. It's literally happened to a little black kid decades ago who wanted to.
Interesting part to skip to. Fair enough, Lio. But no, I believe that is the call that she's referring to. I believe that's what she's referring to. Discounted as safety concerns, who cares? You were peddling false rape accusations. Failure to discourage harassment-adjacent audience behavior, particularly in situations where individuals are criticized or publicly discussed. Who cares? The community is talking about you because you put yourself on a spotlight and you keep continuing to do so. The audience behavior. You cannot control your audience. You can't do that. What are you talking about? Passive enabling through omission, wherein prior vouching for third-party commentators occurred alongside a failure to address or challenge the unlawful or unethical use of private information once such misuse became known. Wait, what? Failure to address or challenge the unlawful or unethical use of private information. Again, is private information crazy? Crazy. The only thing that could be classed as private information would be her having, like, vag fungus. But that wasn't Lio who leaked that. That wasn't actually anyone in commentary who leaked that. That was what, fuck's sake, who was it? Damn it, I'm losing my mind. KP's old roommate, right? They had a conversation with someone in, like, confidence, and that person leaked it. That wasn't Lio, that wasn't Beckett, that wasn't me, that wasn't anyone else. That was someone entirely different from my memory. This report does not allege criminal intent or malice conduct. Does not criminal intent or malice conduct. Okay, I guess intent is different. Okay, I'll let you breathe on that one, I guess. Jesus Christ. Rather, it documents patterns of behavior that raises concerns regarding judgment, consent, framing, and an ethical responsibility in situations involving sensitive allegations at vulnerable parties. Jesus. I'm barely even started, chat. My voice is already going because I'm just so full of energy. Let me have another sip. Okay. Note on use of private communications. Private messages referenced within this report are included only when necessary to clarify or respond to information that has already been publicly disclosed without KP's authorization. These materials are not presented to introduce new private information, but rather to provide context, accuracy, and clarification regarding communications that were previously made public by third parties. The report does not seek to originate or expand breaches of privacy. Apparently you do. Any inclusion of private correspondence is limited to instances where such information is required to address existing public claims. Correct misunderstandings or contextualized statements are already circulated publicly. Wherever possible, identifying details are minimized. The material are used only to the extent necessary for documentation and response. Yeah, and I curse you if you're aiming for men. Nope. Thank you, Slug. Introduction and context. Oh my god, can you... okay. KP and Lio's first DM on February 2nd, 2021. Lio and KP have been friends since 2021 and maintained a generally positive relationship prior to the events described in this report. During the outcome from KP's original expose alleging misconduct by DA Games and Saberspark, Lio introduced KP to Beckett, the worst crime of them all. Of the commentary channel Cope and Sieve, who had expressed interest in covering the situation at the time. KP was extremely hesitant to discuss the issue with outside commentators, but trusted Lio's judgment and believed Beckett's coverage would focus on critiquing the structure, tone, and execution of the video, or reporting on all involved parties in a neutral and balanced manner. It was as much as it could be, given the fact that the information you gave the guy, you guys gave him a modified victim statement. What? Slug, you have like expertise or whatever, specialization in what do you call it? Journalism, right? If you're a journalist and you are told to deliver a neutral, what's the exact words? To critique the structure, tone, and execution of a video while reporting on all parties involved in a neutral and balanced manner. If you learn if one of those parties modified a victim statement for rape accusations, what do you think you've got to do? Because I feel like I know the answer to this one. As the situation evolved, there is evidence that Lio was aware that other commentators were using leaked and private information about KP as content, yet did not intervene or publicly condemn this behavior. Who cares? Okay, here's the caveat. Although he is not responsible for the action of others, I'm sorry, who fucking cares? I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot tonight, because who cares? Okay? Lio didn't condemn it, okay? You weren't doxed, your information wasn't leaked, the only information that came out about you from Lio, I'm pretty sure, was Lio having a sit-down conversation with you saying, listen, you need to lock in. I believe that is basically what this call, like, boiled down to, right? Like, him basically saying you're running from everything, right? That's one of them, for example. Talking about, like, the hidden stuff, basically. Basically talking about the aftermath of stuff. That was the call, right? Oh, fuck's sake, not this again. Bruh. Dude. Evil stuff. Evil stuff, chat. Okay? Let's see. Okay, we'll continue. Although he is not responsible for the action of others, there is no evidence, public or private, that he took steps to discourage or challenge this conduct, despite having previously vouched for Beckett and facilitated the connection. If there is evidence we missed, the mod contact information is listed below. We are happy to update the report with new information. Yeah, KP. Like how you blocked me when I was trying to tell you that your phone number was in your safety report and kicked me immediately from your server. Like, unironically, right? I had been, back when everything had happened, right? I had been in KP's Discord server. I had not done a single thing, okay? There was really nothing of interest in there, okay? There was literally no reason for me to go poke KP for anything, right? The only time I reached out to KP was to inform her, hey, you have potential docs information in your own report, including your phone number. Blocked me on site as soon as I sent the friend request and banned me from the Discord. What an interesting person. Pre-May 2025, pre-video publication, and publication and general involvement. Prior to May 2025, KP was developing a video project examining safety and accountability concerns within the DA Games online community space. No, you were making a video filled with memes, and you were basically saying that he did... What? Exactly. Told a story to his male co-workers about, like, jizzing in your clothes, and then decided to claim sexual assault. Nice one. The scope of the video expanded over time to include in multiple related topics, including reporting issues affecting additional individuals connected to the community, employment and moderation practices, the absence of consistent third-party oversight or review of online conduct, discussion of circulating sexual assault allegations involving online creators. What? What, when you were, like, being deranged as fuck and, like, what, trying to be weird to Saberspark on Twitter? Huh? And broader commentary online accountability and community safety concerns. During this production period, KP collaborated directly with Lio. I'm sorry? You contributed voice work and participated in production discussions related to the video's publication. What are you talking about? I'm sorry? Can you send me a drive file? Yeah, cool, thank you. Wait, Lio did lines for it? Well, here's the thing, right? Even if Lio did do lines for it, from my understanding, a lot of the people who did lines for this video didn't know anything about the material. Like, I'm pretty sure Beefamat was in there at one point. I could be corrected. But they had no idea about the substance of the video. Like, there was no way for 99% of those people to know what was going on in the video. I say 99 because, like, Courtney was also there. When sexual assault allegations involving an individual identified as Emily became part of the discussion, Lio advised that a police report should be considered. Although Emily did contact her local police on this matter, she expressed hesitation towards this option, citing that under the California Public Records Act, police records may become accessible to the accused party and could contain identifying information such as addresses. If you are suing someone or are trying to report a crime against someone, you are going to meet them in the course of law. Again, if Saber did this, no matter what, even if this record thing didn't exist, if Saber knew this, right? He would know who Emily is. He would know who he did it to if he did do the crime, right? Like, he would definitely know who reported him if he was guilty. So he wouldn't have done anything different. They were damned if they did, damned if they don't. Either way, either way they went about it. I'm actually curious. Let me see. If you report a crime in California, can your accused party get your address due to it? Yes, an accused party can potentially obtain your address if you report a crime in California, although specific legal protections exist to mitigate this risk. Under the California Public Act, police reports and related records are generally considered public records. While victims can request that their confidential information, such as address, phone number, or medical records, be kept private from general public disclosure, these requests must be made in writing to law enforcement officer handling the case. I'm sorry, did they not know this? What? I know this is like a Google search, right? So again, this information could be a bit iffy, right? Which is fair enough. Let me just keep reading this, because this is actually interesting. Legal exemptions for the accused, even if the victim's information is marked confidential. California law, specifically Government Code Section 6254F, exempts local police agency records of investigation from general public release. However, this exemption does not automatically block access by the defendant or their legal counsel. In criminal proceedings, the defense often has a constitutional right to discover evidence and witness information, which may include the victim's contact details, unless a specific protection order is issued by the court. You learn something new every day. I genuinely did not actually think about this as an option, chat, when this, like, whole thing was going on. I did not know that there would be an exception to that rule. That is actually interesting as fuck to know. And what's going on with my studio? Hold on. My studio is fucking up. Hold on. Whack. There we go. There we go. So, again, I don't want to drill on this point too long. Emu Emmy could have reported Saberspark to her local police station and would have could specifically state that they want to do it in a way where they are scared of this guy and they want to go ahead and make sure that they don't have access to their address. Because again, like I said before, if you are suing someone or if you are making allegations legally against someone, you're going to meet in the court of law. Hi, Barbie. Barbie, I'm being a pseudo-lawyer, okay? I'm looking this up. I've looked this up on Google. Okay? This is as far as my understanding goes. I am reading the part of this document, okay? Where they were worried about the California Public Records Act. Now, if I'm understanding this right, okay? She could request to have this information hidden. Right? Do you think KP knows that when she types Barbie 19 times in different safety report, it summons me like Beetlejuice? Do you want any help? I mean, you're free to call in if you want. I'm just basically going through this. And I just thought it was interesting that you can just, like, her whole concern was like entirely mute and void because she could entirely just request the information. Why the fuck would California matter? Is that not where they live? Wait, is Emily and, again, like, if this is public, obviously, don't tell me if it's not. Is Emu Emmy or Saberspark even in California? Wait. Huh? Interesting. Police records, may become accessible to the accused party and could, contain identifying information such as addresses. They're gonna know who you are when you sue them. I'll call you in Discord. Okay. Yeah, call me right now. Where are you? Actually, don't know if I have you added. I don't even know if I have you added, Barbie. I don't even know what your account name is. Oh, here we go. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, feel free to call. Whack. Hello, Barbie. Jesus Christ, you're massive on my screen. Let me fix that real quick. Whack.
You're fine.
How you doing?
I'm also on mobile, so if it sounds bad, I apologize in advance.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just increase your volume a bit. You're all good.
Yeah, I'm not sure what does California have to do, especially with KP, and what is she trying to analyze?
So this is about Emily's, like, Emu Emmy's report against Saberspark. So.
That she didn't make.
Yeah. So the argument, and I'll read this out
Got
to you because I don't know how much you've seen of this report.
Well, I mean, I've argued against ChatGPT lawyers before, so
yeah.
I'm happy to wet my stone again.
I'll just read out this excerpt for you. When sexual assault allegations involving an individual identified as Emily became part of the discussion, Lio advised that a police report should be considered. Although Emily did contact her local police on this matter, she expressed hesitation towards this option, citing that under the California Public Records Act, police reports may become accessible to the accused party and could contain identifying information such as addresses. Now, I was curious.
They're both full of shit.
Yeah.
You would always be identifiable.
Exactly.
There's almost no way to do any sort of a report. So, let me, like, just a disclaimer. I am a lawyer. Mm-hmm. I am not your lawyer or a lawyer for any of these people. Mm-hmm. But in general, when one files a police report, one cannot do it confidentially.
Nope.
There are ways in which police reports or police cases have been brought with confidential informants, or with but even in cases where, let's say it's a minor sexual assault thing, and
Right.
the minor is referred to as AB in a newspaper, that's a newspaper's etiquette. If they truly wanted to publish the name of the minor, they could, because all of those things are public records. So Emily
Right.
can't just make an anonymous complaint against someone alleging these physical acts, because we all have the right to face our accuser. You can't just go forward and not know who is accusing you of what. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense either. And if we say, for example, that Saber did commit the crime, he would know who it is. And I was just curious, because I
Absolutely.
don't know how, obviously, I don't even know what your jurisdiction is, and I don't know, like, if this is something you would know for, but I looked it up. Again, Google, best resource, obviously, for, lawyer.
Great resource.
Yeah, great resource. Apparently, you can get legal exceptions when it comes to, like, your address, but obviously that's up for, like, that can change because of discovery of evidence. Like,
sure. So you
because the
can
example she
stop
brings
someone
up,
from doxing you, I guess, but that would have to be explained to the lawyers, or not the lawyers, excuse me, the court, why that would be necessary and or
Yes.
important.
Yeah, exactly.
So you would have to explain if there's like an online component, and they do have some things like this where it's a matter of cyberbullying or harassment. Courts are cottoning on to that a little bit at least. So you would have to say that, but that would be very quick. Again, if one thing that we tell people, I'll say this in my capacity as a sexual assault counselor, when I'm walking through someone, everything that has to be put down for a police report, if and when they choose to do that, I say it is going to be everything. That's why if there's any online or phone or media component of it, I say you need to stop using that account and preserve it. But that all has to go forward. And unfortunately, it does require you to bear a whole lot, but you can't withhold your name or your age, really, or things like that. Those are things that are separated from the public, but not from the person that you're accusing. The person you're accusing would they always have a right to know those things.
Yeah, exactly. And what again, it's like interesting because there was no way this was ever going to be a private thing, like even online. I can't see a world where this wouldn't have somehow come out, because I think people were putting the pieces together anyway, based on like the testimony and stuff that was coming out. I think there was a few people behind the scenes that hadn't even spoken to. Oh, there they go, and there they come back. Hello. I don't know how much of that you heard.
No, I did hear you. You're absolutely correct. There would be no reason for any of it to be private either. The only way in which it could potentially, even like, no, she wasn't a minor during any of it.
No.
There's no way in which she could really try to prevent that. It's not nearly as public as Florida's, where anything is discoverable, like records, pictures, anything like that. California does have a few more privacy protections in place. However, not enough to stop someone from finding out who levied that complaint against you. And to be clear, unless someone is going around God knows who, to being the Jack the Ripper of like sexual assaults or something else like that, where they do 3 or 4 people in a day, they're going to know, obviously, who's saying what, who's doing what. Of course they are.
Right.
How could they not?
I don't know. It's just insane, the logic and the hoops that they're going for, because obviously KP is definitely still of the opinion
It doesn't
that
seem
this
like
is still like, they still believe the accusations, is my understanding of this report.
She does. She absolutely, which is silly, because again, just to demonstrate and show why this to me proves even more that either if she had spoken to a police officer or anyone associated with making any sort of an actual complaint of, hey, this person attacked me, right? She would have been told immediately, it's you can't be anonymous and make a complaint like that. Like, because there's going to have to be police action and investigation, you will have to be named, especially because you're not a minor. You weren't one when it happened. I don't care if she was, barely 19 or whatever big age she was an adult.
Freshly.
And
Yeah.
to me, this only makes it look far more calculated that she was really trying to ruin Saber Spark and do it without any of it coming back to her. And one thing we do tell people is if and when you do bring a police complaint, because you have every right to be heard in a court of law, they also have a right to know you as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
Which usually should deter a lot of people trying to make false accusations
exactly.
against anybody. Yeah, because you have to put your own name out, and they have to know. They have a right to know those things.
It makes me wonder if we were in a timeline where, for example, the testimony that they did put out that was presented to the police, and the police obviously learn that it's been modified by a third party, aka Courtney P.
Oh,
that would be
bigly.
Yeah.
Bigly. When I talk to sexual assault, I hate saying the word clients. I'm not sure because we look at ourselves as advocates, and I don't want to talk about them like whatever. But whenever I talk to somebody like that, and I'm walking them through, even if they've told me a general account of what's happened, I always say to them, don't tell me all the specific details, because what I don't want to have happen, and this has happened before, is for somebody to say, well, you can't go in there with them because you could coach them, or you may prompt them and say, well, didn't this happen, or didn't this happen? And that's going to sound like coaching or not a genuine recounting of events. I can say, I'll sit with you while you write it down if you want to have something written, or I'll sit with you while you do bullet points, but I don't want to know any of those things, because what I don't want to have is even the mere appearance that this has been tampered with in any way.
Absolutely.
And other than like a written account or a copy of a written account or something else being prepared by themselves, I've seen maybe where I had a client who was deaf once, and they had a sign language interpreter with us. But that, other than very extraordinary circumstances, it's very inappropriate to have anything to do with modifying that, because it also does take away from their autonomy. The biggest thing that we should be doing is helping them feel their autonomy again. And part of that does come from writing their own account of the event. The tampering with and ruminating about the writing that they did was incredibly inappropriate in every way. And anything that KP, well, God, she wouldn't have looked it up, but anything would have told her you shouldn't be doing that if she had taken any time to speak to anyone about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. She could have just entirely, kept her head in the dirt, actually unironically went back to making her normal content, and we would have moved on with the rest of our days. But then she decides to do this. And what I've learned, apparently, allegedly, they leaked Lio's job in here, which is why I have to be extremely careful with this document. Ivy,
that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's really fucking inappropriate and malicious, and absolutely something that she would do.
Yep.
Nobody go call Lio's job, please, regardless of whether he's a dunderhead or not. Don't do that. Leave him and his wife alone. Absolutely. No one deserves to have life ruination. Lio, I do try to think that, for the most part, he does try and do something that balances out all the bad on the internet and try and put some good out there. And regardless of what has happened, I know he's been a bad person. No one deserves to have their job called by a psycho like KP who smells like pot chocolate and Disney leftovers and get harassed by that, by any measure. That's just so inappropriate.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, did you know, I believe it was today, or between yesterday and today, the Mega Drive got taken down because it was quote a mass breach of Mega Drive's terms of service. So that got taken. This entire thing got taken down. Service archives. Hers, yeah. Because she uploaded it to Mega Drive.
I mean, because she reported it, or because someone else reported it?
I assume people mass reported the Mega Drive because it included docs information.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer person.
Yesterday, I believe. Yeah, that makes sense, K-Huck. Yeah. insane. I ironically think the only reason why she put it in the Mega Drive is because she thought that like, oh, I'm so in the right, guys. I need to get this information out. Huh, Google are just being stupid. Okay, I need to get this information out there. I need to put his job out there. Okay, it's essential for me to clear my name when it comes to the whole stuff with that.
That's
It's
definitely
essential.
on Mega Drive. The last time I heard that was from Mama Max lying about all of his sources and his potential takedowns, which was also great.
That's awesome. That's great. But yeah.
But yeah, no, there's really no way in which anyone should have written that statement. So unless it's a public statement, right? So for example, the public statement that was released by the person that Brock Turner attacked, that was written by her, because she's in fact an excellent writer. But that being a public statement being looked over by people before it's prepared, totally kosher, because that's going out to the court of public opinion, not in a court system. But the system is already set up to be very suspicious of anyone coming forward with any sort of a claim of assault. So any instance of tampering, coaching, or coaxing that an officer sniffs out or picks up on is immediately going to lead to either, unfortunately, an immediate dismissal or them being very suspect of what one is trying to prove, which does suck, especially because I've had clients who are like, I'm too nervous. I will freak out. I know that I don't like talking in public. I don't know that I want to do this, which sucks, but that's absolutely their call. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
At all. But it's entirely inappropriate for Courtney Pete, who has no idea about consent, and Kim fucking Possible, who probably single-handedly burnt the entire KP, whatever it is, refranchising down to the ground around her, to do anything like, let me just edit this and write these words in.
Awesome.
They're all in cahoots.
Yeah, they're I don't understand why they're still keeping this up. Like this whole.
I don't
this whole
either.
fucking
Isn't that
fiasco.
so fascinating? Like it's like, it really is that locale gene got activated of, if I can just get one more statement out, that'll be the thing that convinces everyone that I'm right. I don't know who's telling her that this is a good idea though.
I don't know. I feel like I have a theory that there is no team and it's just the voices in her head. Like the team is what she calls like her system.
Her system. Okay, I did love how it was like KP's thoughts on this matter whenever I was scanning through it. And it would be like her coming in saying, guys, I don't even know. Like her just talking as though it's like some kind of a documentary being made on her. And she occasionally chimes in with, yeah, I was there whenever that happened. That was really wild, right? No, bitch, this is not like that. This is an unofficial biography where you just kind of occasionally get to chime in and talk about these. This is all you.
Yeah.
You're interviewing yourself. The call is coming from inside of your own head, not even in the house. Let your dog go. Like, please, you clearly don't have enough time or attention to be taking care of it. Freak.
Yeah. Like, it's interesting because I don't think anyone on her team wrote any of this. Like, this is all structured as like, oh, you know, this is the KP team, okay? If you have complaints, reach out to, like, the KP mod team. This is entirely this is a collaborative effort of KP and the AI she used for making this script. Because, like, some of the language here...
Not anyone else.
Like, you're telling me... Have you heard? She just entirely gets my name wrong. Apparently my name is Ying the Yang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's great. It's funny.
I would not be surprised if she also accidentally misgenders you at some point as well in the whole thing. Or I don't know, she'll write some other weird innocuous stuff and call you like Hamlet. Something.
Yeah, I can't wait. I actually can't wait. Apparently my mentions are pretty boring, but I still think it's funny, and every single server I'm in now, they will change my name to Ying the Yang, so I gotta live with that now for a few months.
Now you're a little Yin Yang twin. I think that was a rapper from the early 2000s. You should definitely change your PFP to that. Definitely. Awesome. Especially with your English accent. That'll be so hot and very happening, I think.
Oh, hell yeah. Awesome. Well, I do appreciate
there's no... Oh, no, go ahead. There's nothing that they could have done. You're not doing anything wrong. KP, once again, is proving that she is the least stable person in the room. She's honestly, she's about as stable as baking soda and vinegar. But go off, queen. again, I guess she also didn't listen to any of K-Hawk's podcast where I talked about her, like, actually, and I said I would have recorded all of our other calls and released them because you were just as psycho in them. Bitch, ooh, go off, queen. Just go off.
Oh, don't worry, she'll
you
probably
are getting exactly what she deserves.
Don't worry, this stream part will probably get clipped and shipped and sent over to her properly. I don't know.
I can't wait. Well, honestly, she's probably hopefully going to be too high or maybe taking her dog for its one walk, period, before anything. If she keeps this up, people will start doing wellness checks on the dog. I don't think she understands how vindictive people get. And people seem especially vindictive and or protective of Lio. Like this, that's the wrong, people still look at him and like hero worship him. This is probably the wrong one, sweets.
Yeah, exactly. Lio derangement syndrome and all that. I mean, you're going to piss anyone off when you just randomly start putting, like, also commentary people and also unaffected people, like non-commentary people's, like, unnecessary, potentially identifiable information inside of a document when you're talking about a video that you fucked up on. Like, again, I find it incredibly interesting, like, she, earlier in this document, she states, like, oh, I thought Beckett would be neutral and talk about the tone and the pacing and stuff about the video. I'm sorry, but if I learn someone's modifying a victim statement, my neutrality can only go so far. It's like, what do you expect? Like, there's going to be some level of, like, yes, this is where you fucked up, this is entirely neutral. Like, like, actually, that language doesn't make any sense. Neutral to what? To what parties? What, between Saberspark and her? Saberspark didn't even, like, say anything. He hadn't made a statement at that point, I don't think. It was mainly, like...
No, Saberspark is still living his best life right now. And again... You don't deserve neutrality whenever you've spat in the face of everyone else around you. She is clearly like weaponized or tried to make enemies of anyone who even tried to issue her a modicum of goodwill in any way. She's not deserving it. Well, to me, she's not deserving of that anymore. And that's also just like, you get what you get and you don't get upset, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah.
Truly. But you're doing a great job. Everyone, tip your hostess. And I will be in the comments. And again, just say my name 19 times in a Google Doc and I'll come around.
Awesome. I can't wait. There'll definitely be more. Alright, take care. That was Barbie, everybody. 07's in the chat for Barbie for calling in, giving their non on the record advice that they are qualified to give. I think I said the lawyer speak right, okay? I think I said the lawyer speak right. Why am I being pinged in my drama pit? Who is pinging me? Oh, that's why. Thank you. Anyways, okay. Where were we, chat? Where were we? Also, I got stuff to read. Thank you very much, Kai Rise, for being a member for 2 months. It's not Ying the Yang, it's Yen the Yam. Who is this imposter that KB made up? So true. Okay, let's continue this. Where were we? Oh yeah, California Public Records. This report does not seek to evaluate the objective validity of filing a police report or the reasoning behind Emmy's decision not to do so. Interesting. It is intended solely to document and present the available information. Huh? Thank you very much, CC Moon, for the $2 tipping hostess. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Guys, we are 2 away from reaching the goal. We hit the goal. I feed you marshmallows, and it helps me get a better PC. The confusion most likely originated between Lio and KP because there was no documented discussion about how the absence of a formal police report might later be interpreted publicly or how it could affect perceived credibility of the allegations. I'm sorry, what? Okay, we'll get into this. KP says... KP says, how do you suggest we go forward with the victim? Lio Man too. Honestly, we can't do anything until she files a police report, I'm sorry. At this time, KP understood that the allegations were already scheduled to be made public through other sources, including discussion by Brony Fandom via Twitter. The framing of the video with the breaking of the allegations was intended to reinforce credibility of both the public allegations and the issues presented in the video. What credibility are you talking about? Because normally, right, when you're saying reinforcing credibility, right, you would say someone who's already got, like, a repertoire or they've got a trend for, like, covering these kinds of things, right, and getting the information accurate. The only stuff that KP has talked about in drama is them burning the bridge with Courtney, not Courtney B, the other one, Lily Orchard. Like, that's the only other drama video that they covered, along with their 2017 accusations where they had children that they were hiring, I believe was the thing, right? Your credibility is My Little Pony. Your credibility is telling me who died in... did they even die in that show? Who got sparked out in the Bronx in, like, season 3 of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Like, that's your entire credibility. That is your credibility as a source. Fucking Christ. Blech. Because of this, KP believes she was commenting on an allegation that was already entering public circulation rather than independently breaking the story herself. That is insane, because obviously they're referring to freaking Brony Fandom on Twitter. Keep in mind, the KB was in communication with Fandom during this time. She could have messaged Fandom and said, hey buddy, can you pull back on the accusations? If we want to make these stick, we need to go through the legal route. This is really weird. Wait, why would you say it like this? Because, okay, on one end, right, you've got Emily saying, I don't want to do the police report because it could potentially put my PII out, right? He might know who I am, but we've already had like a conversation about that part, right? That is the thing that KP stated before. But now she's implying that the reason why she can't stop it coming out publicly before a police report is because of Fandom. I was like, oh, I can't stop Fandom. He's a rogue soldier. I can't stop him. I don't even think KP tried. Like, I don't think KP tried to ask Fandom, hey, can you hold off on doing this? Because if we want this to stick, we need to go through the legal channels. Interesting. It's almost as if KP just wanted to publicly swing at Saberspark because she disliked him. Maybe? Maybe. Didn't KP pre-write the breaking of the story for Bonk? From Bonk's perspective, she controlled when things came out. Didn't Fandom send Emily to KP? Did they? I wish the Krabs was about. Okay, I wish Beckett if Krabs was lurking in the shadows. He might know this. He's a bit of a... It's kind of his whole shtick recently. But no, it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's almost as if they didn't really care about whether or not the police report was done and more focused about getting it done publicly. How long are you going to be live for? Going to go live at some point soon. Got to snipe an eagle and I will be live for a while. I don't know, Ace. Probably for a while, okay? I want to get a lot more of this document done. Interesting. The only source Freddy Fando provides is being a source of anger and frustration. So true. So true. Holy shit. Weird. Weird. Question. Why did KP find Emily credible in the first place? KP's assessment of Emily's claims was based on prior pattern recognition. These instances include blurred boundaries between professional and personal interactions, initiation of emotionally or romantically suggesting interactions followed by withdrawal or reframing. What? What do you mean reframing? Use of platform or influence creating unclear power dynamics. Saberspark didn't use his platform to silence her. I'm sorry, how could he do that? There was no suppression of anything before, because you gotta remember, KP and Emily came out with like this stuff first before Saberspark. I don't understand how that power dynamic can come into play. I'm sorry. Now I didn't bait, you just projected. I'm gonna touch you, lol, bro. Consistency between Emily's account and KP's prior personal experience informed how the claims were interpreted? What? There's a difference between a man not giving you attention, KP, and rape. Actually, I think that's entirely on the opposite end of the spectrum. I think that's I think that's entirely the opposite of it, right? You're going two different ways. Because, like, from my understanding, it's because, like, Saber didn't really want to be around KP, right? Like, KP was annoyed about that. Like, they weren't, like, giving them the attention. Ace, I swear to God. This is not a statement on the objective truth of the claims, but rather an explanation of the patterns that made them appear plausible within KP's understanding. Potential statements by KP referring to the allegation as spicy was taken out of context. This was shorthand language used privately by KP and functioned as a coping mechanism using humor to process discomfort, not as a reflection of how the situation was understood or taken seriously. Additionally, the argument that KP was promoting the project for attention overlooks the multiple private attempts to prevent unnecessary exposure and does not account for the efforts made to handle the situation with discretion. What? I'm sorry, wait, what? Okay, so they're conflating the DA game stuff with, like... They're conflating DA with Saber. Right. Because they're talking about Emily's account with KP's experience, right? I'm sorry. What? Okay. Again, none of this makes sense. It really makes your fucking brain work, I swear to God. Jesus Christ. What a kid's show ending does to a woman with no job, no life. True. Hi, Ace. Additionally, the argument that KP was promoting the project for attention overlooks the... Yeah, I read that. The idea that I would promote a sexual assault claim out of malice, maliciousness, validation, jealousy, or attention is disgusting. It is disgusting. I can't believe you did that. Ace, I'm not going to answer that. Readers are encouraged to compare Emily's testimony here with current evidence and determine their conclusions independently of this report. What have you actually linked?
I want to start by saying
not this shit. Please tell me it hasn't skipped to the beginning of the doc. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Okay, piece of shit. Additional evidence provided by the DA games. The victims' logs here independently for review. Holy shit, new information. Let's go have a look. Oh wow, it actually is linked. What actually is this stuff? What is this? Fuck, not gonna risk that, not gonna risk that, not gonna risk that. Oh, God, okay. Interesting. Huh. Additionally, accounting for... Oh, sorry, I've skipped ahead like an idiot. The assumed expectation was the information would become publicly available regardless of her video. What a stupid assumption when you're the one controlling everything behind the scenes. You could have talked to Bonk, said, hey buddy, hold it fucking jets, okay? What are you talking about? Again, this is really interesting. Again, I want to point out, this entire, like, spiel has, like, spilled out from the point of Lio, right? Of them talking about the point of Lio saying, why didn't you fill out a police report? Or, no, to tell them to fill out a police report at that point in time. It's very interesting how this is set out. Right? It's interesting. And that references... that referencing the allegation within that context will provide sufficient grounds for discussion. Subsequent developments following publication indicated that this assumption was incorrect, and the underlying issues remained unresolved. KP on this. Man, if I knew including Emily's testimony video would question the ethics of the rest of the thesis in the video, I would obviously not have included it and let it stand on its own to not overcomplicate either issue. There's a lot of things I learned from this whole experience. Oh man, I've learned a lot. I've learned so much. Oh man, oh shucks. I've really got myself in a bind here, guys. Oh, sigh. Oh my god, what a creature. No, it's not the fact that you included it in the video, it's the fact that you bogged the video down with memes, and also, it's a good thing that it was investigated, because then we wouldn't have learned that you guys modified the testimony. You guys modified the victim testimony, you idiots. Interesting. Additionally, accounting for potential communication gaps early on, it's important to note that on April the 8th, 2025, Lio was provided with an incomplete render of the project specifically for feedback purposes. To be transparent, it is acknowledged the Emily-related portion of the video was likely incomplete at the time of the render. However, there is no documented evidence of consistent or meaningful feedback provided, only on any other of material and / unspecified reason. These are words. Lio's later criticism regarding prevention and escalation is therefore inconsistent, as he had a clear opportunity to raise concerns and did not act on it. Oh, Lio didn't wrangle me, so it's Lio's fault. He's inconsistent. No, he just didn't read the document. It's not his job to handle you. You're an idiot. You made the document. So you made the video. This is on you, buddy. This is on you. KP says, "Sure, speaking of passing, can I pass along the expose draft? I gave some options to the Saber victim for alternate ways to go about things, so waiting on her in the meantime." Lio says, "You mean my draft?" KP says, "I mean the video about DA Games and Saber." Lio, "I don't see why not, so as long as you trust whomever you show it to." KP says, I mean to you for feedback specifically." Lio, "Oh, ye." Lio doesn't read it. Who fucking cares? Are these words the whole document is a stroke? Honestly. I'm losing my mind trying to read this shit. KP additionally clarified this point directly the next day. Also, an update on the Saber victim. She's going to come out on Twitter first warned her about the harassment and the potential risk of her anonymity being compromised, so she seems aware and still wants to go forward. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. She's gonna come out on Twitter first. She's going to come out on Twitter, first warned her about the harassment and the potential risk of anonymity being compromised. This is a thing that changed, right? This is a thing that changed. Definitely, because they didn't come out forward on Twitter first. Right? I'm pretty sure anyway. Because that was kept anonymous. Huh. Oh boy. Introduction to Beckett of Copenhagen. May 2025. In May 2025, as the online discussion surrounding KP's video continued to develop, Lio introduced KP to content creator Beckett from Copenhagen. Beckett was presented to KP as a trustworthy third party who would provide her with a fair opportunity to explain her perspective and discuss the surrounding controversy. He did do that. You came to the call high. It is important to fuck's sake. It is important to note that later revelations of Beckett's bias to certain parties of the case were not clearly presented nor communicated at the time. Biases. Do you think he was bum buddies with Saberspark? He knew Saberspark because of this situation. He was... Actually, if anything, Beckett was doing exactly what KP thought they would do. Beckett was neutral. Beckett spoke to Saberspark. He also spoke to KP. He listened to both sides of the story. There was no bias given. So when KP means bias, they mean, oh man, they picked someone who thinks who also thinks I'm actually insane and is correct about that insanity being true. Like, that is what the word bias means to KP. Oh, they don't like me because I'm an idiot. Oh. During this period, an audio interview related to the first shaming the Saberspark video was recorded. Both Lio and Beckett were present on the call alongside KP. KP does not currently possess a copy of this recording, therefore this audio itself will not be shared or cited directly within this report. The following screenshot shows Lio first bringing up Beckett. Or you could just link to Beckett's video. You know you could do that, right? Lio says, someone wants to talk to you about all this. I truth this person, thank you, Lio. He needs to be ran through the timeline. KP says, sure. According to KP's recollection of the conversation, Beckett asserted that Emily Jones' sexual assault allegation against Saberspark was false, relying primarily on statements obtained from direct sources and interpretations of Emily's prior online behavior. Yeah, as discussed in the Barbie report. What, the Barbie report, the one that got nuked? Interesting. These factors alone are insufficient to objectively prove or disprove a sexual assault allegation, which typically requires formal investigation or legal adjudication. You do know that goes both ways, right? I'm sorry, you do know it works both ways. These factors alone are insufficient to objectively prove or disprove a sexual assault allegation. You believe that the accusation is true. You're saying Beckett is nuh because it does not have formal investigation or legal adjudication. Do you know how you can fix that, KP? If they took it to a court of law. I know, it's amazing what the American justice system can do. You could have took this to a court of law, and then you would have your answer. But no. Unironically, I think it's interesting the way that they're playing this out. Alright, no more spoilers, lol. I'll hopefully talk to you when you're done. You're welcome to join me. Thank you very much, K-Hug. I'll need somewhere to rest my voice. Additionally, labeling an allegation false without due process, such as a proper review of evidence, or reporting to authorities, or formal investigation, can create broader harm. Do you know what also causes harm? Peddling false accusations. I'm sorry, but are we so for real right now? Are we so for real right now? Again, I keep bringing up because it keeps on becoming relevant the more further in this document we go. This could have all been averted if they did the police report. Unironically, if this went to court, right, and we got the answer, whether this was a true allegation or a false allegation in the court of law, we wouldn't have had, like, all of this being covered, basically. We would be reviewing the court transcript, and then it would be the end of it. Unironically, what could have happened? Crazy. This conduct can lead potential victims with similar experiences to question their own situations. Oh, fuck off. Reinforcing doubt and discouraging them from seeking help, reporting, or engaging with established trauma research. Shut up. And again, right, the reason why I'm saying that, yes, saying someone's proven, right, actually, like, with evidence, right, saying that, looking at the evidence of something that is clearly a true case of predation, right, based off a testimony that doesn't have holes in it, and then saying, no, you were in the wrong, stuff like that, right? Yes, it can have that effect, absolutely. It's almost why you shouldn't be doing it online and you should take it to the police. Guys, if you have stories and it's breaking and it's illegal and a crime, don't give it to me, give it to the police. Please. Unironically, that is the best thing you can do. That is the best thing you can possibly do in any of these situations. Instead of making Google documents, go to the police. If you want to make a public statement after everything's been dealt with so you can make people aware of the situation, yes, do that. Good on you. spreading public awareness on it. Yes. Do that instead. This feels like poisoning the well. That's exactly what this is. This is exactly what this is, unironically. Again, these reports do not determine guilt or innocence by any party, but underline lack of objective evidence in an official legal capacity. Yeah, because that's the only thing you have. I find this incredibly interesting. The only thing that KP can do now, because her opinions suck absolute doo-doo cheeks, is go, well, this isn't registered in the court of law, so you're wrong. I'm sorry, what you did, if brought to a court of law, would be thrown out because of a modified victim statement. Brother. KP recalls that the framing of the discussion led to her feel that she had been misled or manipulated into platforming Emily's claims. I'm sorry, what? Suggesting that Emily's motivations were malice or personally retaliatory in nature rather than rooted in a legitimate allegation. This framing significantly influenced KP's understanding of the situation at the time, leading to KP to privately question Emily until KP conducted her own research after the conversation over the course of the summer of 2025. Lio says, I think this alleged victim played you. I'm going to prod them and see what they do. While it's important to acknowledge the seriousness of Emily's allegations and the legitimate complexity involved in discussing such claims publicly, the concerns raised in the conversation, to KP's recollection, shifted towards definitive character judgments regarding the claimant and the circumstances surrounding the claim. Could you just talk normally for once in your life? Jesus Christ. Recollection, just pull up the logs. Okay? Dude, come on. This approach emphasized conclusions about motive, such as assertion of malice, intent, or deception, rather than maintaining a position of evidentiary uncertainty. The discussion then focused on assigning credibility in absolute terms. If the concerns had been presented through a framework of caution, acknowledging uncertainty, potential risk, and the need to careful handling, the resulting dialogue may have allowed for a more balanced and constructive exchange. You're taking this from, I think this alleged victim played you. I'm sorry, what are you saying? A lot of this is just like words. Can you show more to like support your claims here? What? Unironically, right? I think what KP has done is they have copy and pasted this, put it into ChatGPT, and say, why would this be blah, 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 blah. And that's what it's done. And the AI has said this because it doesn't know anything else about the prior context, right? I think that's how this works. I think this is what KP has done with this. Because character judgments. Alleged victim played you, I guess would be a character judgment, right? You're saying that they played you. Again, it's saying I think. It's not definitive, okay? It's an opinion. This approach, and why are you showing none of your conversation? Interesting. This approach emphasized, we've seen this, blah, 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 blah. I remember sitting in that call, crying, thinking about that I had been manipulated into platforming someone with an agenda. Once I did my own research, evidence seems to point to more complexity. Doesn't even, okay, because it goes on. In hindsight, I understand the concerns with platforming something serious, but the issue here was how character framing was used to automatically dismiss Emily's claims. It just wasn't just that. It really just wasn't that. Like, dude. Really? Okay. Please note, if a full recording of the call between KP, Lio, and Beckett is released at a later time, KP did not consent to this publication. The release of such material may be legally questionable and may function to redirect attention away from KP's recollection of events, and should be evaluated within that broader context. I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking about a call that I don't really recall much of happening, the call that I don't have. Oh, KP, and then he goes like, oh, so this is just my own recollection, you guys, okay? Guys, if they release this call, it may be legally questionable. and it may function to redirect attention away from KP's recollection of events. I'm sorry, but what are you talking about? Surely, if you have bad recollection of the events, right, you would want the call to prove you right? Like, we're doing Schrodinger's, like, recollection here. Insane. Thank you very much, Seraphis, for the $5 US. Swing at Lio, Jesus, she just doesn't know, she just doesn't learn. So true. So true. Question, why did Lio introduce KP to Beckett? And how did that dynamic shift over time? A. Taking everything to account, Lio's introduction of KP to Beckett may have functioned as both an attempt to reduce credibility damage for both KP and Lio, as well as a way to redirect communication and involvement away from Lio towards a third party. Or maybe because he just trusts them? Because he knew that Beckett could be unbiased in this situation? Like, I'm sorry, what? Also, thank you very much, Francis, for the $2 US. There are two sides of KP, weed and evil weed. Thank you very much. And guys, I'm losing my voice. We have reached the first goal of the stream, guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you very much. And for that, you get some marshmallows, okay? Enjoy your marshmallows, okay? Whilst I have myself a quick sip of my drink, okay? Because my throat is dying. Chat. We're going to be here for a while, I think. I want to get through a lot more of this tonight, okay? Because Jesus Christ, there's a lot. There's 121 pages, chat, that we gotta get through. Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. Back to it, okay? Over time, as Beckett's approach appeared to be more aggressive or less controlled, there was no clear indication that Lio intervened or challenged that behavior. This behavior might imply that Lio had potential hesitation to challenge Beckett. Yeah, because Beckett stole the wolves away from him, okay? Beckett stole his wolves. That's why he was scared, okay? All the wolves are behind Beckett now, okay? He controls the hounds. If one individual introduces another into a situation and steps back while that third party takes a more active or escalatory role, it can create ambiguity around responsibility and oversight. Are you a child? She's acting like Lio has led a stray child into a park and then gone like, here, go talk to the stranger from Resident Evil who wants to sell you his wares, okay? Go do that. Small child, go. And I'm going to walk away now and you have a conversation with him. And he might shout at you, but, you know, and he walks away. Like, you're a grown-ass adult. You are, what, like, how old is KP? Like 30? Something like that? Like 20, in her late 20s, bare minimum, right? You're a grown-ass adult. Just get your shit in order, okay? Beckett is not a scary guy. Like, honestly. Just talk to the guy. Like, and also, maybe when you have a conversation with him, don't get high. Don't be on drugs. Because fucking hell, man. In this context, KP's interaction shifted from one party, Lio, to another, Beckett. You had a different conversation between... You had a conversation between two different people, okay? Well, the original point of contact does not appear to re-engage or clarify boundaries. Who fucking cares? This can result in reduced accountability. Who cares? What do you mean reduced accountability? It's your own actions. Unclear lines of responsibility. Treating him like he's her handler. Unironically. Lio was like, should have looked after me. Lio should have done this. Me. Like, it's insane. An increased risk if the third party's conduct becomes more aggressive or unpredictable. Bullshit. Bullshit. First instance of sharing private material, August 8th. On or about August 8th, 2025, KP provided Lio Convoy with a draft recording containing updated commentary reflecting a change in her previously stated views regarding the Saberspark/Emily Jones situation. The recording was shared privately for review and feedback purposes only, and was not intended for public distribution. KP says, "K, don't share obviously." I'll take a listen. Subsequent evidence... I've just realised what part we're at. Guys, get out of your system already. Subsequent evidence from the Barbie report indicates that this draft material most likely had been shared to additional third parties without documented authorization. Individuals identified as having heard the audio and or discussed the material include YouTuber Cartoon She, with a space in the middle. YouTuber Ying the Yang. Who is this person? Who the hell is Ying the Yang? Hold on. Who is this person? I don't recognize them. Huh, interesting. I don't actually remember them in the coverage. I might be wrong though. Do you guys remember that person? I don't remember them covering this topic. Huh, interesting. Like, less of the jokes, right? I think... How did I even get it? That draft of the video. Did I even cover that? Like, hold on, let me look. I don't think I even really covered it, did I? I'm actually going to have to go back through my live streams real quick. Let me just quickly pull this up. Because I don't think I went through her draft, right? I think I went through, like, the one that Beckett put out, right? It's such a weird line of communication here. It's also, of all the people, me, for some reason, I don't know why. Let me go back in history real quick. Oh god, I've actually been streaming for so long, I have 2 pages of VODs. That's so weird to think about. Let's see. KP came back, more drama. Is it this one? Is it this VOD? Content creator doing his due diligence. Shush, Yan. Be quiet. Shut up, Ying the Yang. Okay. Did I even... I covered the safety report. That was a safety report, right? Interesting. I don't know. I can't find it now, but I think I got it from, like, watching, like, Beckett, I think. I don't think I was directly given it. I could be wrong, though. Identity theft is not a joke. True. This is actually unironically true ACC drama now. Beckett associated with YouTube channel Copenhagen. Below are screenshots acknowledging this. Okay. Okay, here we go. For legal reasons, I refrain, but no, it's not Mr. Horse Lamau. And to everyone who is in the know and is reading this, yes, I'm causing problems on purpose, and you should probably not keep that audio to yourself because it's really funny. But again, legally, nothing is happening at all, and I'm just being a prick. Thank you, Cartoon She. Because I keep forgetting that reading comprehension is dwindling in the year of our Lord 2025. I reiterate that no, it is not Misanthro and Lamau. Leave him alone. Oh my god, this? It's this? You're kidding me. This is what she's referring to? The fucking YouTube short? Oh my god, okay, fine. I can pull up the YouTube short. I'll pull up my YouTube short. Hold on. We'll watch my own content. We'll watch my own content, okay? Hold on. Let me find the actual YouTube short they're referring to here. Here we go.
So...
Oh god, I sound so dead in this recording.
Thank you very much.
No, not perpetually. We're not doing
So, this was originally just going to be a regular tweet, but as I was writing it out, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, you're very funny. Anyway.
And given your critique on it, using clips from media such as My Little Pony and other sources, I would say that's quite fair use. And good on you, but when people criticize you, suddenly that's a problem. And I find that really, really interesting. So, with that in mind, I think you would understand the importance of critiquing media and preserving media in the form of archives and talking about it in the form of transformative content. So, the next logical question I'd like to ask you is what the hell are the multiple strikes and multiple creators channels in the space? Of course, we have such creators such as Fauci from the Op Block.
Ah, fuck, I forgot I mentioned him. Anyway, we're
Think this
skipping.
was out of a place of genuine concern for copyright? No. Clearly, he was involved in the investigation towards Saberspark and yourself, meaning that you would have had a closer eye on them, thus leading to you copyright striking them out of spite. And of course we have
I find it so weird that the source is just like, oh yeah, Yen has it. Oh, Yen saw it. Oh, Yen had access to the fucking thing. It's clearly in the YouTube short, it's Beckett. I clearly have gotten it from Beckett.
Be honest.
This is the clip.
I'm just exhausted of people talking about me without me having a way to respond. And DA Games, they loved me. They sent me 3 legal requests, including 2 they used dummy accounts to send me. Pause to read if you want to. So they see more focus in silencing the people that actually had criticism than addressing and correcting the actual criticism.
This still ages so well. Thank you, Past Yen. That's what they were referring to, really. It's so interesting that they think I got that from Lio, because I quite blatantly get it from Beckett. I very clearly am getting this from Beckett. What are you talking about? He cites my YouTube shorts, okay? Oh my god. The circulation of the So sorry, chat. The circulation of the draft appears to have occurred prior to any finalization, finalized or publicly released version by KP. Oh. Beckett's admission regarding the audio. Beckett later confirms during a public livestream that Lio had possession of the audio and had shared that information with him directly. The source is logged here for transparency for our readers. Okay, let me have a look at this. Let me see. Did they unironically archive the whole stream and they didn't timestamp it? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, what is the point with this? What is the point of this, dude? No, I don't want that. I want this. Oh, here we go. 228 11. Okay. 228 11. We'll have a look. 228. Fuck. We'll have a look.
Like it sets just such an uncomfortable standard where like if I say something that like upsets you enough that you could try to get me fucking fired from like my job or try to get that's just like another level of deranged. So it's like I don't really give a fuck if I don't like Hidden or if I don't like anybody that she decides to go after. Like that's just like a line that's crossed and you can't come back from. Because if that's the standard, then the ecosystem is completely destroyed and nobody's going to talk about anything ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know what she thought was going to happen. I genuinely don't. I'm sort of mesmerized at the idea that she thought this would work. I like the levels of delusion. So I don't know whether like I'm missing things or anything else involved. Like as far as I can see, she kind of dropped this and then went quiet.
Wait, what the fuck? What's this timestamp, dude? I'm going insane. Oh, 258. I'm gonna lose my... So sorry, chat. Fuck off, man. Ugh. Ah, pro streamer.
Because I went to ask Lio, who I knew had the audio, and I said, hey, does this script line up with the audio? And Lio said, yes, though there are some slight differences.
Wait. Hold on.
Line up with the audio.
Hold on. We'll reread the claim. What's the claim here? During a public live stream, Lio's confession of the audio and had shared that information with him directly. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna read this because it's okay. Beckett further clarified he personally verified this because Lio had already shown him the recording. I know Lio has the audio because he showed it to me. These statements indicate that Beckett was aware Lio possessed that recording, publicly admitted it, and then had access to it through him prior to the recording circulating publicly. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's a weird implication. Because here, right, you're saying, like, Beckett put out the audio. Did he? I know he eventually got the audio, right? This is a weird timeline. I don't know. Are they even gonna, like, talk about this? Hold on. No, they aren't even bringing up the point that that Beckett actually brought out the actual original audio. Is this all they have? Also, thank you very much, Seraphy, for the $2 US. Malcolm should be looked into for his Discord. Lol. We will see. Let's be nice now, okay? Yeah. This is a very peaceful stream, okay? Very zen and tranquil, okay? Looked in for his Discord server? I think there's been anything interesting in Malcord. I know people don't like Lio in there. Like, I don't even know if Ammo's even still in there anymore. That's a good question. I mean, I wouldn't know, because I'm pretty sure I've been kicked from there. Actually, unironically, I can't be asked to check whether or not I've been, like, kicked or banned or anything from Malcolm's server, because I don't really care enough to check. They might have just changed, like, the server icon, but I can't see it in my list, so... Interesting. Why might Lio share private material? Although motive cannot be definitively assigned, the following represents possible reasoning for why Lio may have shared the draft, based on surrounding communications and framing used afterwards. 1. Transparency concerns. Lio may have believed that sharing the draft promoted transparency regarding future interactions or collaborations between himself and KP, particularly as disagreements began emerging publicly. Because the draft references other creators and addresses prior commentary, Lio may have viewed disclosure as clarifying context rather than distributing private material. Soy. Correction of perceived misinformation. The draft contained clarifications addressing statements made in earlier commentary videos. Example. In a prior video, KP's comparison involving Jon Stewart was characterized by Cartoon Shoe as an expression of ego or self-importance. The draft clarified that the reference was tied to KP's Jewish cultural background and identity, meaning the earlier interpretation was inaccurate. I don't think Cartoon Shoe was really saying that. I can imagine that's a joke. You're taking that so seriously. You compared yourself to Jon Stewart. Bro, okay. Lio may have believed sharing the draft allowed third parties to verify, reassess those interpretations, or warn additional parties how that narrative could be changed. 3. Perceived safety or risk management. Given escalating public discussion, Lio may have viewed the draft as relevant to protecting himself or others from potential misunderstandings or further disputes. This could include a belief that documenting evolving positions functioned as a precautionary measure. 4. Perceived legal concerns. There aren't any. At the time, discussions surrounding legality and the potential liability were increasingly present within the broader discourse. Sharing the draft may have been interpreted as a way to demonstrate awareness of shifting positions or to mitigate perceived legal exposure connected to ongoing commentary. 5. Reaction to KP's changing position. Following additional research conducted after the shaming of Saberspark video, KP's perspective on the Saberspark/Emily Jones case evolved. The draft reflects clarifications that KP's opinion changed after reviewing more information independently. KP had previously been led to believe by Lio and Beckett that Emily's allegations were malicious and or unreliable. They are. Subsequent research into psychology... Spelt wrong. I swear that's spelt wrong. Am I going insane? Discussions with mental health professionals and public documents about sexual assault research led KP to reassess that conclusion. Do you know what would allow you to do that? Actually, KP, you can't do that because that's not a valid argument because you are not a legal professional and you cannot make a decision about it because you're not actually allowed to have an opinion unless you're a legal professional, according to KP. Hi, Ivy.
Hi. So you are correct. That's phycology, which is the study of krill. As Beckett looked it up yesterday.
Wait, that's real?
Yes, that is actually. Was it krill or something else?
Dude, KP was looking at krill for this. No wonder her research sucks ass. Holy shit.
It's some type of fish. I can't remember.
Wait, let me look this up. Let me look it up then.
Also, have Google Translate say it. It's actually quite funny how it says it. Every time she says it wrong.
It's a study of. It's algae.
Algae. I'm sorry, not krill. Fuck me.
It's algae. She was studying algae for this. That's insane.
Thank you, fishy, and everyone is algae. I'm dumb.
That's awesome. She was studying. No wonder this doesn't make any sense, dude.
She was looking at algae, not.
She was looking at like mental health professionals about how stuff affects the sexual assault research on algae. Can you guys please stop sexually assaulting algae, guys? Please. I'm looking at you, Fishy. Please stop doing it. You're off by 2 kingdoms, Ivy. Beat this guy with a stick. Get him. Get him.
Fishy, I will get Doodle. Get the rope.
Not again. Not for do rope.
All right, that was all.
All right.
Do you need help reading, or are you good?
Get back in my chat.
All right. Goodbye.
Get out. Thank you, Ivy. The sharing of the draft may therefore have been connected to concern or disagreement regarding this shift in viewpoint. Why this matters legally? US context. Regardless of intention, if a privately shared audio draft recording was redistributed without permission, even without sharing the full file, has several legal considerations may apply under US law. Copyright ownership. The creator of an original recording retains copyright protections upon creation. Unauthorized redistribution of unpublished material may constitute infringement regardless of monetization. Wait, redistribution of original material constitutes infringement regardless of monetization? Oh my god. Oh, I love that. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Oh no, could you imagine like taking someone's original works and then entirely re-uploading it onto your channel on your alt account? Oh my god, who could possibly have done that? I don't know. Who could have possibly have done that? Anyways, fucking hypocrite. Unpublished work protections. Drafts and unreleased recordings receive heightened protection because the creator maintains exclusive control over first publication and distribution. Misappropriation of private communication. Sharing material provided within a limited interpersonal or collaborative context may raise issues related to implied confidentiality or breach of trust, depending on circumstances. Lio was not one of your employees. I don't really think this counts. Derivative use risks. Third parties receiving or relying on unpublished materials may unintentionally participate in redistribution of copyright content. Do you know what's really interesting? How they have yet to cite a single fucking source with this. There are no sources for anything with this definition of copyright. There's nothing here. Yeah. Also wanted to point up full re-uploads of VOD. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. These considerations do not independently determine liability, but explain why unauthorized sharing of shared media can create potential civil exposure. Why this is concerning, it demonstrates that Lio is willing to share private material without consent or knowledge by others. Material that at the end of the day, by the way, guys, that like leads to like there's like no PII, nothing bad, right? This is for your shitty fucking YouTube video, okay? Like, what are you talking about? Regardless of Lio's relationship with KP or his understanding of the developing case, KP's privately shared material was circulated and externally confirmed beyond the collaborative context by Lio. Such actions can lead to potential increases in harassment, misinformation, or further safety concerns for all parties. No, they won't. Not unless you start doxing people, KP. If draft audio or material was verified for outside parties, this indicates that individuals will access the material were discussing or validating it beyond the original purpose for which it was shared. At no point was KP clearly informed that her materials were being distributed, reviewed, or confirmed externally, and only determined the material was shared after the fact. From a trust and ethical standpoint, this represents a significant breakdown in expectations surrounding confidentiality. Yeah, because they weren't your friend at that point. Private creative drafts are typically shared under an assumption of limited use, especially when they contain evolving viewpoints, sensitive subject matter, or unfinished analysis. I don't care. The concern is therefore not only the potential sharing itself, but the confirmation and handling of private material through third parties while the original creator remains unaware. Maybe if you didn't release a shit video, none of this would have happened. This, with only his highlighted with bold, creates the appearance of bias in how the material is handled and suggests a breach of reasonable trust regarding privately shared works. In summary, Lio's own judgment and understanding of the case does not grant him sharing rights to private material and does not exempt him from privacy laws and other legal concerns. You're gonna sue him? Are you gonna sue him? Are you gonna sue him? No. Good. Fuck's sake, they've spelled my name wrong again. Additional clarification on audio access. Cartoon Sheet has later stated that he only heard versions or descriptions of the audio, but he did not personally possess the file itself. Based on these statements, the currently identifiable access chain appears to be KP to Lio to Beckett to Ying the Yang. I give up, chat. I give up. How hard is it to say my username? You have my name in the fucking screenshot. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. Look at it. KP, if you're seeing this, amend the stock and correct my name, okay? The jokes will never stop. The jokes will never stop. Yen, Hades, or Olympus? Hades. Actually, yeah, they're both good. Their own reasons. Both runs are good. I defeated Prometheus recently, either. Yeah, I'm just kind of cracked. Take a drink every time she misspells your user. I don't think I'm gonna get many more mentions actually after that. But yeah. Cartucci appears to have been a passive recipient of information about the audio rather than a direct holder of the file. This clarification is included to outline how the recording may have circulated amongst the individual parties and to document the statements each individual has made regarding their level of access. Lio aware of private information being shared October 6th. Oh, what a cool live stream. Additional documentation indicates that Lio was aware that private communications of material related to KP was circulating within commentary spaces. These materials included private recordings, alleged private details about KP's life, and documents whose method of acquisition, authorization, and distribution were disputed. Man. That's your evidence, by the way? Your evidence is him saying man? Are you serious? Thank you very much, Bomberman, for the $2 US. What do you mean, Yen? She got your name right. Die. Thank you very much for the donation. Teehee, blushes. God damn it. Despite his awareness, there is no available evidence that Lio publicly objected to the circulation of these materials or discouraged their dissemination from others in the commentary community. In the available transcript, the discussion instead proceeds with commentary on the materials themselves, rather than questioning whether they should be circulated at all, or whether consent had been obtained from the individuals involved. Similarly, I give up. There is no indication in the available record that Lio attempted to privately contact KP to verify the status of these materials, clarify whether their distribution had been authorized, or raise concerns about the potential legal or ethical implications of their circulation. Because he doesn't care, I don't care, nobody cares. This absence of objection is notable given that these materials in question involved private communications of potentially sensitive information. No, it didn't. Not in the slightest. Because he listened to it. In situations where the legality or consent surrounding such materials is unclear, commentary participants typically take a decision between engaging with the material or declining to participate in its dissemination until its provenance and authorization are clarified. Yen be like, say my name. Goddamn right. Simulary. That doesn't sound right. The available record does not show Lio taking steps to publicly or privately discourage the use or spread of these materials prior to commenting on them. Pattern-based analysis of available evidence suggests that the reputational risk may have been a limiting factor in Lio's response, specifically reluctance to challenge a prevailing public narrative, particularly within his immediate social or professional networks, may have discouraged more direct intervention. Maybe because the public narrative was correct. Maybe because the public narrative was correct. In summary, although Lio was aware of the scope of lack of privately circulating information by other commentators, there is no proof that he used his position to question the legal or ethical implications of the actions of others, despite identifying KP as a friend. Because who would think that? No one would think about that. KP informs Lio that she discovered Barbie was leaking private material. October 10th, 2025. On October 10th, 2025, KP informed Lio that she had identified... Wait, guys, I need to do it quickly. Barbie. We'll see if they appear. Like magic. KP alerted Lio that evidence indicated Barbie had been sharing private materials and information beyond the originally agreed collaborative context. This communication served as a direct notice to Lio that confidential materials previously shared in trust were circulated through third parties without KP's consent, raising concerns regarding privacy, scope of use, and potential misuse of privately shared content. I see. The person you're remembering me referring to wasn't hidden, it was Peaches, and that was 2 years ago. KP, apologies, time is a bit wonky these days with all the drugs I keep huffing. Also, did you tell what you did tell me? So these are pre-censored, but if you need these, apologies. Time, yeah, okay. This DM shows KP presenting evidence to Lio of the Barbie leak before it became public knowledge on October 8th. These full screenshots are available in the Barbie report. With a combined timeline in mind and his own sharing of private material, it is now understood that Lio was aware that script assets via Beckett were being shared. Essentially, although Lio acknowledged that KP independently identified Barbie, he failed to disclose that he was the individual who originally verified the script to Beckett in the first place. You rang. I just wanted to see if it worked, okay? I was just testing it. I was testing it out, okay? What do you mean, though? What do you mean? Lio acknowledges the KP. Dude, I don't care, dude. It got spread around by people. Does it really matter who at the end of the day? It's so inconsequential. Wait, Lio hates Barbie, so what was he supposed to do? Well, even if you take out, like any, aspect of Lio and Barbie's, disagreements, or, how the two sit, as individuals, right? Could you imagine if Lio went to Beckett and said, hey, puts hand on shoulder, huh, Beckett of Crabs, I need you to not let this go public. Beckett would have told him to fuck off. I'm not gonna lie. It wouldn't have done anything in the slightest. Lio could have talked to Beckett about it privately. This is all hypothetical. This is an assumption, by the way. This is all assumatory. Right? This is assumatory. So stupid, bro. While Lio's response raises concerns. Breakdown of trust in direct communication. If prior knowledge or involvement existed, the absence of disclosure, particularly when KP later identified the source independently, resulted in KP having to reconstruct the situation without direct clarification. Lack of transparency in handling sensitive information. When material is vetted or treated as credible, there is a reasonable expectation that this context is disclosed, especially when the same material becomes part of a public claims. I'm sorry, what? Lack of transparency in handling sensitive materials vetted or treated as credible, there is a reasonable expectation this context is disclosed. I'm sorry, what? Sorry, I'm just getting confused what the context is. For this, right, this sentence with this header. Lack of transparency in handling sensitive information. When material is vetted or treated as credible, there is a reasonable expectation this context is disclosed. Expectation. Yeah, and that's what happened. Like, why is this even brought up as a point? This is like, I think the AI slipped in a positive point and she didn't have a chance, she didn't really notice it, so it kind of like slipped it in. Yes, if content is treated as vetted and is credible, there is the expectation that it is stated as such. Lio says, yeah, the one that Beckett has, like the script is correct because I've seen I've had the original audio. Also, hi Pinker, welcome in. Asymmetry in information and response. The presence of undisclosed context, followed by minimal or non-substantive response once the source was identified, creates an imbalance where one party is operating with less information about their own situation. I don't care. Unironically, chat, a lot of this is just womp womp, you suck. Like, I'm sorry. There's nothing more else to add into, like, a few of these points. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this is interesting. Escalation of events between Hidden Heroine, Lio, and KP. October 6, 2025. KP sought clarification from Lio after becoming aware that YouTuber Hidden Heroine had published a call involving her without her prior knowledge or consent. At this point, despite stated motivations, KP's concern was any content regarding the situation could fuel additional harassment or misinformation. No, it's your own words. If anything, it just adds more information. There's no miss in this information. This is a Mr. information, actually. And could be misinterpreted to misrepresent characters' motivations. KP approached Lio about concerns that Hidden had leaked information, including script assets, in a relation to a private call later uploaded to YouTube. To KP's recollection, Lio previously vouched for Hidden and recommended her as someone who could help during the situation. Lio denied any direct connection, as shown below. KP, hey, I think we need to talk. Lio, I'll have some time tomorrow evening. KP, why would you let me talk to Heroine if she was going to leak a call? Lio, I can't explain another's actions to you. I'll be able to call tomorrow at 6 PM CST. KP, do you have any knowledge that was her intention, though? I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt, but it feels like I've been set up. Guys, if you're going into a call with a content creator, especially about something that you're directly involved with a drama, expect that call to be recorded and act accordingly. Like, again, what are you doing? Like, act accordingly, dude. Although there is no direct confirming evidence that Lio did recommend Hidden to KP, further reviewed evidence includes a call timestamp between Lio and KP that closely aligns to when Hidden was added as a direct friend on Discord by KP. May the 1st, 2025. There is no evidence of prior independent communication between KP and Hidden before this point. This documentation is shown below. Okay, I don't care. While this does not confirm yeah, I don't care. I'm sorry, what is this? Additional available documentation shows that Lio and Hidden had some sort of working relationship involving collaboration on art, thumbnails, and related materials. Supporting evidence of this continued collaboration is also provided below. Oh, the stickers. Aw. Other documented conversations include a recorded call between Hidden and Lio, covered by YouTuber Goddammit Malcolm in December of 2025. Indicate discussion of coordinated activity related to an ongoing project involving multiple individuals. Within the call, participants reference having worked on or discussed aspects of the situation over a period of time, suggesting prior communication and planning rather than singular isolated interaction. Kiss Yan. That's very parasocial of you. Okay. Very problematic, Pinker. Malcolm also remarked Lio and Hidden said collectively that they had worked on a recent project for weeks, and something that I want to make very, very, very clear is that I think that Lio is orchestrating all of this behind the scenes. I think that Lio knows that he is under intense public heat right now. He knows that a lot of his goodwill and okay, I don't care. This is just speculation. Yeah, okay, it's interpretation. I actually don't care. While this observation does not yeah, again, why is this being mentioned? This is just someone else's opinion that you're grabbing, dude. While this observation does not independently establish the nature or scope of any collaboration, it indicates that an external reviewer perceived coordinated activity or joint involvement between the two individuals. Although this assessment remains an interpretation rather than a verified fact. Oh, you can't do that, KP, because that's not registered in the court of law. Oh my god. Thank you very much, Faf, for the $5 US. So what's good? So, like, any chance at some point in the stream, could you possibly check the confrontation call I have on my account? What are you talking about, Faf? Dude, what are you saying? Dude, that's fucked up, Ace. What are you talking about, Faf? On your account? I don't even know if I have your... Do you even have your YouTube link to your Discord? Faf, you don't even have your YouTube link to your Discord. What are you doing? Oh, no, there it is. What are you talking about, Faf? What, this? Maybe. I might cover it. I might have a look at it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. During the Hidden call, KP introduced multiple points that reflect on an earlier shift in how evidence to the case was presented. Specifically, emphasis on legal framing and due diligence, questioning bias in prior coverage, and highlighting concerns regarding conclusions presented as a fact without sufficient evidentiary support. I'll get that one day, chat. This includes statements such as concern over conclusions being presented as fact when it is not objectively fact, emphasis on the need for independent research and legal context, and direct critique on how narratives may be formed without full evidentiary grounds. Okay. Okay. I don't even remember much from the call that Hidden had with her, unironically. I don't even know if I covered Hidden's call. Following the call, Lio's response appears to align with a perceived shift in perspectives that may challenge or conflict with pre-existing narrative structures. Oh, such a sin, dude. Dude, this is like... I'm not gonna lie, this is just... a lot of this is word waffle, but this is the most waffliest part of it all. We might just dance around through this doc. Unironically. Okay, these are all your sources for Stanford Encyclopedia on Philosophy, Belief Revision. Okay, dude, sure. Because you totally cited these, didn't you? You totally didn't just, like, ask ChatGPT to, like, drag some random, like, sources on stuff, right? Totally didn't happen. Totally didn't happen. Lio then suggested continuing the discussion directly. However, KP reiterated that her primary concern was the possibility of being recorded without consent. According to evidence log below, Lio stated that he did not have the time for text communication and suggested that declining a call would amount to KP running from her responsibilities. I'm going to be very blunt here, KP. Your constant choice of running from literally every difficult situation is going to do nothing but bite you in the butt. Things will not always be on your terms, especially not in the working world. This entire debacle happened because you refused to listen to me, and now you're trying to blame me for the actions of others. I've heard the call. You either need to eat some gravel and harden up, bars, or figure out how you're going to survive if you're not catering to every step of the way. Sorry, not catered to every step of the way. You will, unironically, be extremely lucky if Saber doesn't push litigation on you, because you've absolutely given him the opening to do so. Let me guess, right? I'm gonna predict it now, right? Well, Lio was pressuring me to get into a call so he could record me. Here we go. KP then felt obligated to participate in the audio call despite her reservations, but then reiterated their primary concern was the possibility of being recorded without consent. KP followed up by directly asking Lio whether the call would be recorded. Rather than providing a clear confirmation or denial, Lio responded, "Do I have to?" A response KP interpreted on hindsight as avoiding a direct answer, and potentially prioritizing the creation of a record of the conversation over express safety and privacy concerns. If there was privacy issues with the call, Lio wouldn't put it out. Yeah, okay. KP says, at this point, I would be more comfortable with texting. I'm sure you can understand that. If you're unavailable tonight, that's fine. We can talk some other time. Lio, KP, this was set up and scheduled. This is actually just ridiculous. I'm not doing text. I have other responsibilities and cannot spend more time than I already have texting you. You go on about wanting to be treated as an equal. This is it. Why is Lio's approach to this conversation concerning? I don't know. Tell me. A. This interaction reflects the prioritization of creating a recorded account. I was right. Of the conversation over respecting stated boundaries related to consent, potential legal law, and privacy. You don't care. You're just looking for an excuse. You're just... Unironically, this whole legal law, privacy crap that KP keeps spewing, I genuinely think it's because they're just like, I need to become a victim of this story that I've unironically fucked up beyond belief. I need to be the victim here, okay? I need to somehow get some level of brownie points where I'm not a complete loser. I don't have, like, the Left 4 Dead fucking, like, Last of Us brain fungus, like, oozing out of my badge, okay? I need to look like I am the one who is just an itty-bitty little victim who can't get a job, can't work a normal day as a human being, can't do stuff without having their Disney snacks and foods to accommodate for them, okay? Like, I need to go ahead and be the victim in every single story because I've got, like, trust fund money. That is who KP is. That is who KP is at the end of the day. Unironically. That is what I think, anyway. The available record suggests that efforts were made to move the discussion into an audio format despite those concerns, shifting the focus from resolving the issue to establishing a defensible record. A defensible record. Maybe because Lio doesn't want you to lie. Let's go through the hypothetical that Lio just wanted her to have a call because he couldn't trust her to, like, they wanted them to be the most honest in the call, right? So they couldn't, like, pre-plan their response in text. Let's say that's the reason, right? Because, also, that argument doesn't make any sense. Because Lio could just leak the text conversation. You're a fucking mongoloid. Are you so for real right now? I don't know why I didn't think about that. Lio could just have screenshotted and shared or exported, like you have, because I can tell some of these are exported logs, like, the conversation. That could have happened. Like, that could have happened. Dude, are you so for real right now? Okay. Dumbass. This approach may introduce introduce pressure within the interaction, and raises concerns about the appropriateness of prioritizing reputational or evidentiary positioning with a mutually agreed communication conditions. Mutually agreed communication conditions. By the way, right, if you just remember the thing I just read, right, this was a scheduled call. They both agreed to have a call. Like, this is horseshit. This is complete horseshit. Lio stated concerns and analysis. This section summarizes the primary concerns articulated by Lio during the recorded call. Do we even need to go over this? We've covered this. We've covered this. We've previously covered this, guys. If you're interested in me going over the call Lio had with KP, I might make a KP playlist at this point, like I did with my Parlo stuff. I'll probably do that. I need to make that as a thing. I need to focus on so I have been trying to do that. Whenever I notice that something's a recurring topic on the channel with live streams, I've been trying to put them into a playlist. I'll make sure to do that. Okay. Oh shit, are we getting close to the PII? Hold on. Ivy, are you sure it's page 30? Ivy, hold on. Let me just check some in chat. Hold on, chat. I need to quickly change streams real quick. Page 32. Are you sure, Ivy? There's nothing, I can't see anything here. Was this edited, actually? To be fair, now I'm thinking about it, I wouldn't be surprised if it was edited. I don't see it. I don't see it. Just inform Ivy real quick. Let me go back to page. Sorry, chat, I'll go back to where I was. I didn't see anything of PII being shared. I will probably put the VOD private after this, just temporarily, just to be sure. But I'll ask if Ivy can do me a favor and just review stuff and just see if I'm good. But I think maybe Web Abuser may have taken it out. Actually, I should probably message him. Says his job, not who he works for. Okay, that's good. That is good. I did not see that. Sorry, let me read this real quick. Sorry, I'm just making sure I've got this done correctly. Hi, this is Ivy.
Hi. Yes, it is. So the title that you're looking for is...
Oh, I see it now. I see it now. Okay.
That's all you needed?
Yeah. So it doesn't actually
Awesome.
dox his job. I actually think that's not awful. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even...
No, but still, like I said, it was a soft dox.
Yeah.
Because he had never mentioned that before.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I don't think that's his job.
Probably not, but still, just wanted to let you know.
Okay, thank you. Anyways, good to know. Thank you, Ivy. Okay, at least we're safe now, chat. That's good. That's good to know, actually. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay. Good. Good to know. Okay. Let me pull up my OBS back again. KP should have stayed gone. She just can't stay out of drama. This is so true. Unironically, I've said this before a few times in this stream. If she would just buck up and shut up, it would be fine. She will now take my words and make a safety report and say, oh, they're trying to silence me. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Keep making content. Keep making these safety reports and I'll have more stuff to cover, KP. So what you're doing at the end of the day, it's not going to be positive. Not going to be positive at all. Oh, what is this? Just dropped something on my keyboard. The context regarding the final message on October 10th, 2025. KP cut Lio off after allegations of shared private information reached her. As this report shows, the allegations were then proven to be correct. Lio, I've been patient and clear about my boundaries, but I have reason to believe parts of our last conversation were shared without explicit permission. I'm beyond exhausted. At this point, I don't think you get the full picture. You seem unwilling to acknowledge how badly this has spiraled and how much responsibility you carry in it by connecting me to someone like Beckett in the first place. I genuinely don't understand why you continue to defend someone who crossed into targeted harassment. What are you talking about? Harassment is crazy. Violated personal privacy and is openly using misogynistic language as a way to dismiss me. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I really need to read this. Hi, Lio. Hi, Lio. Oh god, it includes this thing. I would warn your little friends I've sent, as in already pending DMCA takedowns for anything, both videos and streams using private or leaked information. Commentaries within their right. But anything more is a violation of my privacy boundaries and threatens my safety. I think we both know that going to the police when someone is sexually harassing you on the internet is a moot point. You have consent to warn others. Fucking Christ. What is this, dude? Is a moot point. What are you talking about? You should do it. P.S. I have not outed Barbie as the leaker of the earlier V2 script out of pure kindness. I'm getting increasingly aggravated by who Beckett has been sending to prod for info, seemingly without your full knowledge. I might disclose this in the future, or keeping her information private, based on escalating concerns, privacy and clarity. Now I have documentation she was lying about her association with Beckett this whole time. You have my permission to warn potential affected parties. She giggles maniacally. Lio man gay. Lio man gay. Lio, what do you have to say about you being evil in this? Very interesting. Why would Lio remain in contact with KP if he was actively leaking private material? Based on the timeline and observed behavior, one possible explanation is that Lio maintained contact with KP in order to preserve access to information and proximity to the situation as it developed. Continued communication would allow for ongoing awareness of KP's evolving position, materials, and responses, while also maintaining a degree of influence over how events were interpreted or handled in real time. Lio Convoy, is this true? Feel free to call in, lil bro. From a behavioral standpoint, this can align with a form of risk management through proximity. Remaining close enough to monitor developments, anticipate potential outcomes, and adjust positioning if needed. Maintaining contact may also reduce uncertainty, particularly in a rapidly evolving situation involving public narratives, private materials, and reputational stakes. What do I have to say? That it's interesting how she claims I gave other private information while she doxes my job. True. True, very true. This interpretation does not assume intent, but reflects a pattern in which continued access and involvement can function as a way to manage information flow, exposure, or personal risk within an unfolding conflict. Jesus Christ. Also told Ian what page it is, so she won't show it. Unironically, Ivy, I think I accidentally skipped through it. I'll probably have to edit the VOD later on. Ivy, if you're able to timestamp it, you would actually be a gem. I'd appreciate that a lot. Thank you. So I can probably blur that shit out. This interpretation does not assume intent, but reflects... Yeah, shut up. So... Misogynistic language referenced by KP in the above message. Below are examples of language that used by Beckett that KP referenced during the above text and call with Lio. These excerpts can included to demonstrate the tone rhetorical framing that contributed to KP's concerns regarding misogynistic or gender-based language in related commentary content. Okay. Sexual degradation using of sexual imagery directed at a woman as an insult rather than commentary on behavior. She drinks and smokes and pokes and chokes on dick. Who fucking cares, okay? Unironically, language portraying an adult woman as inherently immature and incapable, 30 years old but acts like she's 16. You do, though. I made this example previously. You unironically acted like Lio was this, like, father figure, and you were a small child. Dragged you to a park and handed you over to Beckett, being like, go have a conversation with this man. As Lio walks away. You are a grown-ass adult. Okay? These are song lyrics, by the way. Fair enough. Dehumanizing language. Statements framing the subject as an object of pity or destruction rather than an individual participant in discourse. It's sad to think she's someone's daughter like a lamb to the slaughter. This is the song Scott Pilgrim ruined my generation. Scott, she's 17. Appearance-focused ridicule. Criticism centered on physical presentation rather than actions or arguments. Bright dyed hair and obnoxious clothes. I don't care. You have bad taste in women like KP. I don't care, dude. Unironically. Ah, for fuck's sake. Clarification regarding Lily Orchard reference circa August 2023. In the above message, KB referred to a past friendship with Lily Orchard. For context, during the period of that friendship, around 2023 or so, KP intentionally avoided seeking out information that could be personally triggering, including allegations or documented controversies, including Lily Orchard. Lio was aware of KP's friendship with Lily at the time, but did not directly inform KP of known concerns or controversies surrounding Lily's behavior. You just said that you didn't want to look at the allegations or documented controversies involving Lily Orchard. I'm sorry, what is your problem? I'm not gonna lie, how would Lio know this part? Okay, let's run through this, right? Lio's also in the chat, so he can confirm any of this, right? Let's say, right, this part is true, right? That you didn't want to look at the information. Let's also assume that, like, Lio, let's just assume, midpoint in the Lio arrives. Hi, Lio. How you doing, buddy?
Good evening, Mother Yennefer. How are you today?
Doing better until you said that.
Why does that bother you so much? Do you not like being considered motherly?
Yeah, we're not bringing back the deep call, or what do you know, the callbacks to found family stuff, okay?
This isn't a matter of found family. This is a matter of aesthetics.
Oh, sure.
You see, you are the mother hen, and your viewers, they are your little chicks to be brought under your wing, so you can inform them about all the terrible things in the world.
No, I'm just an idiot.
Do you think most mothers are smart?
No.
Well, then there you go, you fit the part.
God damn it. So, like, oh, fuck, didn't mean to show that. Showing the daily news, nice one.
Yep, Yennefer's out here now showing, like, her garter picture is fantastic.
What the fuck? I'm locking you up, bro. I need to check what the fuck actually went on the screen. How are you doing, anyway?
Well, I tried to take a 2-hour nap. I want to be in 4 hours, so that's how I'm doing.
Nice. Wait, what's going on? Did my live stream just fuck up? Uh-oh. Please tell me it didn't. What the hell's going on? Hold on.
Queen of Scuff here.
Love Scuff. Hold on. Need to check this. What's going on? Oh no. No, it's still there. That's so weird. I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, Liar. I was just looking at this amazing document telling everyone how evil you are, okay?
Yeah, I see that. I'm clearly, what is it Jar called me? Pure evil?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And they were talking about how apparently you were aware of their friendship with Lily Orchard and you did nothing.
Well, I'm going to address this more when I cover this, hopefully on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of the matter is, she was already informed about all these things. I've had that confirmed by Riddle and several other people.
Oh.
The truth of the matter is, even if I did
Yeah.
sit there and line out for her everything Lily did, she wouldn't have really gone anywhere with it because Lily's a pretty good manipulator of friends.
Yeah.
The only reason or only way she would have turned on Lily like she did is if somebody came out that was more reputable other than everything else, because Lily could always deflect from it because she was successful at that for literally years, actually better part of a decade.
Yeah.
So what was I supposed to do? Sit here and constantly pressure her about it? Especially when she didn't have any known victims. I mean, that wouldn't have gone anywhere. And I know that. And she knows that too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, I mean, I found it interesting because, like, I don't know, I went under, like, it could even be a thing of, like, well, even if, the assumption that, hey, if there is this person who is awful, and you know that this has been publicly known, you would sever ties with them, like that would be assumed. But obviously, like, with this case,
you got to keep in mind, up until she pulled all of this crap for the past year, my entire scope about who KP is an individual who went through a cancellation that was genuinely, like, horrifically undeserved in comparison to what was actually quote-unquote committed. And the only person who stood by her during all of that, and even afterwards, was freaking Lily, as awful as that is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can understand to a point why she'd be an ostrich about most of this. What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just force her to not be friends with somebody to that degree? I don't know if I could in that case. It's a little bit more difficult when it comes down to that, because like every other person we've dealt with, when they're a predator, they've had victims. They haven't just been a freaking weirdo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I was curious. Did you?
KB,
Go on.
And KB's not going to sit there and watch like Opal's video debunking all of. She can't do her own research. She refuses to actually engage with stuff. So
Yeah, and then she gets
help
people.
either.
Then she calls people different names and goes after this evil clone of mine.
Yeah,
called
Yin the Yang.
Yeah, my evil clone. My
Clearly.
alter ego. Okay. Oh God. I was curious about a thing with this, and they were basically being like, "Oh, you only kept them around because whilst leaking stuff because you wanted access to more information." True or false?
No, I was hoping they'd at some point say, "Huh, what I am doing is crazy. I'm going to apologize."
Yep. That's exactly what I thought. It's ridiculous. And ironically, a lot of this is just... it's so clearly that, like, she spat this through, like, a ChatGPT thing with this. Like, it's so much regurgitated crap from, like, we've seen before from, like, the Barbie report. It's so weird. Like, and a lot of the stuff that she says is really weird because like, every single time she ever comes up with, like, something that's, like, I don't know, a guess or, like, an opinion or something like that she can't prove, her own logic is entirely shoots herself in the foot, because her whole argument in this document is like, oh, well, it's not proven in the court of law, so, you can't really have an opinion on it. It's basically the gist of this entire document we've got so far. Like, that's literally this entire document. It's like, well, it's not grounded in law. Well, and I find that incredibly interesting, because this entire, and I said this before, this entire situation could have been avoided if they just did the police report.
Yep.
And then we would have been hearing about it, possibly. I don't know, maybe through, like, some sort of news coverage if it ever got, like, put in, like, someone's article. And then maybe people would look into, like, it from that aspect. But that by then it would have, like, a legal decision being made about it. It's ridiculous. And again, there's a part in here with the whole argument. I don't know how you... I find it interesting. She brings up your point about being like, oh yes, you saying, oh yes, you should tell them to go for the police, right? And that entirely from that springs off into, well, I couldn't stop Bonk coming out about it publicly, you know, Brony Fandom, because they were going to do it anyway, even though behind the scenes they were in direct communication with Fandom and could have told them to stop. Like, oh, you know, everything's going to come out publicly, I can't stop them, I can't do it. It's just like, for me, it reads like they just wanted this guy blasted publicly. They didn't care about it getting put out through a legal channel. They wanted the court of public opinion.
That's because she did.
Yeah.
I sent it to Beckett, but I will show you what all of this essentially boils down to. Give me a second here.
How joyous. Also, thank you very much for giving me my Bleach figure for the month.
You're welcome.
Very cool.
Mother Universe.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you're the one who decided to test me. You tested me.
Didn't test you at all. You're just evil.
Yes, you did. You complained about no Bleach figures in the middle of anime April.
Listen,
so I'm like, you know what? Mother Universe.
Listen. I request if when Core 4 comes out, another Bleach figure.
When Who to What comes out?
Okay, so the currently airing season of Bleach is called Thousand Year Blood War, right?
Yeah.
And the way that it's being separated in terms of when it's being put out is numbered by cores, and it's Core 4 is what they call it. It's like Act 4, basically. And it's coming out, I believe, in June, I believe it's the same month as Digital Circus. But yes, I request another Bleach figure.
I will consider it.
How joyous.
So let me see here. Your chat may have to put up with like 40-something seconds of silence so you don't get copyright claimed.
Okay.
But I will share this with you because it is just perfect. Give me a second here.
I'm excited. Oh God, everything's
Let me
breaking.
know when you're in.
Whoop, let me have a look. Have a look. Oh God.
You ready?
I'm ready. I know this.
On the trigger. Don't try to stop me, Smee. I'm not a game. This is it. Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't you dare try to stop me this time, Smee. Try to stop me. Smee, you better get up off your ass. Get over here, Smee. I'm coming. Smee. This is not a joke. I'm committing suicide. Don't ever frighten me like that again. I'm sorry. Well, are you some kind of a sadist? I'm sorry. How's you feel now? I want to die. Oh, no. There's no adventure here. You call this no adventure? Death is the only great adventure I have left me.
I love that film. It unironically was my favorite film growing up. I'm so glad that you also know about that film. I watched that shit on VHS like almost consistently. Like I thought like the food that the Lost Boys had was like awesome. I wanted to eat that.
Of course you did.
Dude, I loved hooking it. Just like, don't try to stop me, Shmee. Don't try to stop me.
That was my entire back and forth with KP. It's like, hey, I'm gonna do something stupid. Don't do that. Well, I'm gonna do it anyways. You should stop me from doing it. What?
Oh God, I already know what the answer to this question is gonna be. Thank you very much, Bomberman, for the $5. Hey Yen, can you ask Liza to review Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
I will review Star Wars: The Clone Wars for the exact same price where I will give somebody a Miku month.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that like 20 grand?
No, it's 100,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Well, you did do a Miko figure in anime month.
Yes, but I didn't do an entire month of it. I didn't do an entire month of Miku though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, if I just grab every single one of your Miku reviews and then put it into a playlist and just call it the unofficial Miku month.
Well, that would just be, let's see here. Can't remember if May or March of 2024 was 30 or 31 days. But at max, that would be 34, maybe?
That's enough.
I refuse to repeat a month like that.
Yeah, and did you get your amazing digital circus tickets? I did not. I haven't done that yet.
I did.
I would only do it if I'm going with friends. I only go to the cinema if I'm going with friends. Actually, I just only watch movies now if I'm watching it with like friends or my lovely partner. Like, that's the only way I watch stuff nowadays. Like, I can't sit down and do it. Like, I unironically, right? 4th time, by the way, watching this series back to front. Me and my partner have now entirely caught back up with like Bleach, like in preparation for when the new core comes out. I can't
Speaking
wait.
of freaking Bleach, many moons ago, I went to Renfest.
Yeah.
And I was dressed in traditional, like, a samurai attire, like actual historical related stuff.
Yeah.
And this one lady was trying to get me to come into her booth by shouting in broken English, "You Bleach? You Bleach?" And I'm like, no, I'm not from Bleach. I'm not from Bleach.
That's awesome. It's all fun and games till they shout Bankai and then you get the fuck out of there.
It depends on who's Bankai.
Huh?
It depends on who's Bankai.
Do you have a favorite?
Of course I do.
Oh. What's your favorite?
Not going to tell you.
What? Come on.
No.
What the fuck? Is it Byakuya?
Exactly. Maybe.
It is Byakuya.
You can't prove that.
You said maybe. That's a yes.
That doesn't. Whoa now, hold on. Let's not go full Vlad here, shall we?
Oh god.
Yeah, you walked into that one.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
buddy.
definitely Byakuya. I
Yeah,
do
buddy.
like I like Shinsui's. I like
You would.
Shinsui's. Shinsui's is cool. I like Shinsui's. But yeah. But
yes, this entire doc is essentially begging to get beaten.
Yeah, I don't know why she unironically could have invested the same amount of time as she's done for this doc to make another My Little Pony video, and no one would care. No one would
The
care.
problem with that is the fact that no one would care.
Yeah. She's entered like lolcow status, unironically. That's literally
Entered. She done been there.
She done been there, I know, but she keeps going. She keeps going. Rules are free, okay.
It's all right. She just needs to do one more Google Doc.
One more
safety report.
I think we were saying that last
win.
time as well, which is funny. And
Yeah.
she's actually done it. It's great.
Brother, if you can't even get people on your side when you're coming at me, there's a problem.
Yeah. Like, she had to drag out the Rosacol dude for like a split second.
Well, yeah, and this is when she said that I just had a disagreement with Hopeless Peaches.
Yeah.
Real nice friend behavior there, huh?
Yeah, it's great.
I guess I should on my stream say that she just had a disagreement with Michael Bogsy. Not that it was a harassment campaign that caused her like trauma. No. It was just a disagreement. That's what I should say, clearly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if I did that, then it's, oh my goodness, Lio's a monster. He's making fun of my trauma.
Fucking hell. I don't even know how much more of this doc I'm going to go through. A lot of it is like rambling. Like,
There's at one point she goes on about how she's not going to sue me because of the amount of stress it would put on me when I'm just like, you're not going to sue me because you don't have the money to, and everybody would laugh at you if you did.
Fucking Christ. Oh, God. This woman is insane. Absolutely insane. Like, the way she describes, like, you introducing her to Beckett, like, they're, like, the fucking child snatcher from, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That's how they describe it. Like, they're a small child and you led them down an alleyway and was just like, here you go, say hi to this man, and you walked in opposite direction.
I mean, I have avoided that entire movie my entire life, so, you know.
What, intentionally?
Yes, it looks awful, so I avoid it.
What the fuck?
Yes.
I like that movie.
That's fine.
Cries.
You're welcome to like that movie.
Cries. You have a different opinion than me. I must write another safety report.
Well, calm down there, Miss Anthropony.
No!
Now you listen here, Lio Convoy.
It's Star Wars month as well.
Ew.
Oh, God.
I hate Star Wars. Oh my God, I hate Star Wars.
You need to get to the furry army bit. What are you talking about?
Seriously, there is a part. If you go down, you'll find like the fact that she got hacked, and somehow I might be responsible because of who I'm quote unquote adjacent to. Like that, you should just skip to.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Hold on. Let me just quickly pull this up.
You should be able to control F and search for the word furry.
Yeah, I found it. I found it.
Then again, I think you're actually in the area where like she doxes my job, so that's fun.
Yeah, I did go past that. I'm probably gonna have to censor around the VOD.
I mean, it's already out. Beckett's already covered it. Fantastic. Love that.
Yeah.
Not that that's Beckett's fault. I said, screw it. It's already out. Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, the thing with it is I was told I thought it was like a specific page. I got the page number wrong, and then I just kind of like went past it without realizing it. Because I was like getting to the point where it's like this is drawing. This is like I don't really care, and then apparently I went past it and didn't realize. So that's great. I'll try and see if I can censor on the VOD. Or blur it if I can find the screen. I can find it. I'll just have to wait for the video to process, but yeah. Oh god, what is this? Leaking and or hacking of private information. Jesus Christ. Oh god. Are you going to be staying or are you going to be on your magical way?
I need to hear this part again. It's hilarious.
Okay. I believe I'm at the correct part. Let me just quickly keyword search again just to make sure. Yeah, I am. Between January and February of 2026, several incidents occurred involving the unauthorized access and dissemination of private materials associated with KP. These incidents include the apparent compromise of KP's DeviantArt account, during which the account was accessed without permission and all work was deleted. Additionally, fraud attempts reported on KP's private bank account and private or unreleased material were subsequently circulated online. Regarding the DeviantArt hack, KP noticed that the account was additionally made to follow anthropomorphic animal/furry adjacent accounts. While this is not a direct connection at present, it is important to clarify overlapping evidence and known public information that Lio has a public association with those communities. Since, like, what? Like, back in, like, what? Prior, like, 2020? You had some various associations?
I've never been, like, tight with the furries.
Yeah. Yeah, you were friends with, like, a whole group of them, right?
I was friends with a few of them,
Mafia,
but at the same time, like, die. The Mother Unifer thing being quadrupled down on now.
Fuck. What's this? Proof of unauthorized DeviantArt access below. This is a pony burner. DeviantArt will never ask you to move off site such as. If you're seeing or somehow reading this, then I apologize for breaching into your account. Okay. Royal Manicure. Cherry tries to keep her scabbard stomach in. What is this? Proof of unauthorized banking access below. What? How would people even get access to, like... ATM withdrawals? Okay. Dude, you must have, like, the worst setup with your bank if it's just allowing people to withdraw, like, $400 at a time at an ATM. Like, I'm sorry, do people just not have limits on their ATM? Like, that's... What?
400 is usually the limit.
Really? I had it set for, like 50 for my ATMs, just to be safe. Like, I never need more than that, because I always end up with, like, spare cash anyway, and I keep it all in one place. Yeah, guys, set limits on your ATM. During the same time period, creative assets and private materials that were not intended for public distribution began appearing in external discussions and online content. These materials had not been released publicly by KP or collaborating artists and were shared without consent from the individual who created them. The circulation of unfinished or private work regarding a fanfiction adjacent project raises concerns and regarding both unauthorized access and the ethical handling of creative materials. What's your live stream on? Looking at KP / Brian C. Wade's why mass reporting is good. Wasn't this you going over her, like, Disney pitch?
Yes.
That wasn't fanfiction, that was a Disney pitch. What?
Somehow. On a series she didn't have.
Additional commentary about the scope of the work is incorrect, meaning that Lio may have had limited access to the work and used incomplete information when describing it and sharing it publicly. Lio,
and
unironically, that's how I've been saying what I've been saying for most of these things. Oh, this is great. Lio, how the fuck did you get access to that draft? I see that folder to folder to private, and she was the only person I shared the link with. Lio Convoy, Batman.
Lol.
Kim Possible responds, "No, you're just a fucking dumbass." Are you? Respond to these accusations.
No, can't say I am. I'm not the one sitting here doubling and quadrupling down on rape accusations and not being able to take an L.
Is this their leaked art or someone made this? Wait, what is this? Art by Anomalous, I'm Batman. Did you just... Did you...
That's KP, by the way.
Oh. Did you... What the hell does that say? Oh, tell him that lying and stealing was okay? I thought you did.
I never lied nor stole.
Yeah. I lie, I cheat, I steal. I lie, I cheat, I steal. Idiot Guerrero. At the time of the incident, there is an overwhelming evidence former team member Alex can't play was the source of the breach. 07's Alex. Alex is chill. This access occurred due to files being mistakenly placed in a shared folder or environment that remained accessible through Alex via their prior permissions connected to the team or connections by a private third party. Evidence of Alex's involvement in leaking materials is suggested in this live stream archived here. Which live stream even is it? I'm curious. Oh, it's another mega file. Oh, not. Did you know this, by the way? The Mega Drive got taken down.
Yep. Hidden told me. Thankfully, she had the backup.
Yep. I'm very thankful that people actually archived this. Okay. What's the timestamp? Okay. It's quote. I think it was Alex who sent me something else that's rather interesting that happened on the 9th. Additionally, Alex requests for files observed around the time of the leak aligns. Okay. Oh god, I didn't realize they leaked his face. Okay. At least he's wearing a face mask. Additional statements.
Her leaking private data. That's bad though. That's bad.
Yeah. Additional statements that Alex on Twitter supports contact with Lio as seen below. KP, oh, I'm filing a police report. Sorry, this is an Alex tweet. KP says, oh, it's a joke. Fuck, I'm losing my mind. Okay, I'm a file a police report, getting you your due information to report you for bad thing. Lio, okay. Best. What do I get to, like, the... Have we gone through it, or do they say, like, Iranian furry hackers?
You already went through it.
Okay. That is insane, though,
on that,
to think that.
I'm going to go ahead and skedaddle. I've got some stuff to do before bed again, so I will catch you later, Mother Gaffer.
Take care, Lio. That was Lio Man Bad, everybody. Evil stuff. Holy shit, chat. We've been going through it tonight. Ugh. Evil stuff. Guys, by the way, there are 16.7, shut up, of you currently watching the live stream. What are you doing? Hit the like button, subscribe, okay? I want at least 67 likes on this stream, okay? Guys, we are one donation away from hitting that goal. Would you like some marshmallows? If so, hit that goal, okay? Let's continue. Let me just skim through some of this. Okay. Why, this is serious. Unauthorized access to personal accounts and the dissemination of private materials can pose significant risks, including violation of privacy and potential financial identity-related concerns. When private creation work or personal information is distributed without permission, it removes the creator's ability to control how and when their work or personal details are shared publicly. Because these incidents occurred alongside ongoing public commentary disputes, the unauthorized distribution of private materials may also contribute to harassment or coordinated misuse of the leaked information. For this reason, Documenting these events is important both for transparency and for establishing a record of potentially unauthorized access and dissemination of private information. Dude, it was your Disney pitch that was just traced art. Who cares? Hi, Dart. Also, you guys are so gay. Why doesn't KP just go to the police? KP has already tried. KP has attempted multiple attempts to pursue formal reporting, including reporting behavior related to information discussed in the Barbie report due to legitimate safety concerns and to establish a form of paper trail. These instances highlight litigations within the current US legal framework. Wow. It's interesting, but nothing has come from this in the slightest, okay? Yeah. It's almost as if you tried weaponizing Germany's screwy legal system to try and sue Hidden. Because you're gay. And what's wrong with being gay, Jan? Huh? No, I'm just stating a fact. I'm just liking to remind you of all of your place as queer individuals, okay? Okay. Do. I don't care. Wait, what? Wait, what's this? Just shit about, like, as a result, even when conduct raises clear legal concerns, the ability of law enforcement to act can be inconsistent practice. This contrasts with certain UK and EU jurisdictions where more centralized or nationally coordinated enforcement structures exist for digital offences. Okay. As a result, while similar conduct may raise legal concerns in both systems, the ability to act on that conduct is often more consistent in UK/EU framework than in the US, where jurisdictional fragmentation and variability in training resources can limit enforcement. Wait. So she's saying she unironically focused on Beckett and Hidden because it was easier. Because of the legal framework. Am I understanding this right? Dude. Also, Dot, we showed off your silly. Is this the thing? No, where is it? No, where is it? We showed off your thing. It's so cool, so pretty. 07's Dot, okay. Very cool stuff. Did they unironically go after Hidden and Beckett? Because of the laws. What the fuck? That's insane. Dude, wait, hold on. Non-consensual intimate image distribution. Wait. Whoa, hold on. I'm sorry, what the fuck are you saying, cunt? This pattern is also reflected in more widely recognized cases involving serious forms of online harm, such as non-consensual intimate image distribution, revenge porn, despite being criminalized in many jurisdictions and widely acknowledged as harmful. Victims in these cases have reported. Why the fuck are you bringing up revenge porn? What are you saying? What an extreme leap. What are you saying, dude? I'm getting pissed off. This is nothing in comparison to revenge porn. What are you saying? What are you saying, cunt? Fuck. I have been spending too much time on my partner. They've actually rubbed off on me. Ayo. Your Aussie came out in that cunt. Can't. Dude. Oh, what is this comparison? Why are you comparing what happened to you to non-consensual pornography victim studies? I'm sorry, you're insane. I don't care about this point. Oh, what's this KP have to say on this? It's extremely disappointing to see Lio resort to using privately assets to publicly criticize or mock me. Womp womp. Regardless of the commentary around the commentary around them. Womp womp. Those materials are outdated, were not public, and were not intended for distribution. Yes, they were. You were going to do a Disney pitch. Not to mention the sheer guesswork about other circumstances around the material. I do not care about criticism that falls within fair use. That fails within fair use. You mean falls, damage. But using non-public creative work in this way raises serious ethical concerns, and it risks crossing into harassment when private files are circulated simply to score points in online dispute, like you with your doxing. Earlier complaints and DMCA filings were submitted primarily to document the use of these materials and create a record of how they were being circulated. The purpose was transparency and accountability, not retaliation and reputation management. Can commentary on leaked material raise legal concerns even if the leak is already circulated? Yep. Under US copyright law, distribution or public display of copyrighted material without authorization must still contribute infringement, even when the material was obtained secondhand. I don't care. Because this is dumb. This is really, really dumb. It is being made public to the internet. You can't stop that. I'm sorry, but you just can't. Like, you can't stop it. It's like the A train. It won't stop. I'll just keep looking through a few of these, chat, and then we'll come to an end of this. What is this? What is this? In his DMCA counter notice, Lio argued that the video qualifies as transformative work under fair use. Okay. Purpose, clarity, use, and... Okay, dude. Nature of copyright work, the amount of substantially of the proportion used, the effect of the use on the potential market for the original work. Fair use is not automatically granted, it is case-by-case determination how these factors are balanced. Well, the thing is, you didn't take this to the court of law, so womp womp, womp 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 womp. Yes, it is applicable here. Yes, it is. Absolutely is. I don't care. You don't have like a DMC. You don't have like an NDA or anything on this. You can shush. What's this example? If someone hands you a key they were not supposed to have, using that key to enter a locked space does not make the entry authorized. It simply adds another step to how access was obtained. That's a really dumb example. Because the value isn't the key, it's what's inside the locker. Lio hasn't gone over and opened up something with a key. He's just been given what was inside the locker. Like, he wasn't told or warned of any sort of legal ramifications for it. I'm sure there can be a case made for that. I don't care, dude. Honestly, this is moronic. This is so insane. Why is there memes in your serious document? Because they need to be silly and quirky. Something that's not been fully considered in public discussion is specific organizations that specialize in supporting artists and creators in cases involving unauthorized use of... Specific details are then being withheld for safety and privacy concerns. Confirmation regarding KP contacting legal counsel is included here. Hey Rachel, we just need to note, since it sounds like you're referring to several primary issues, that we only assist with one specific legal matter at a time. With that said, please provide documentation of a specific instance of copyright material used without your permission. The material will need to be an artwork of some sort in order for us to assist. Oh, that's so cool, dude. I hope it goes so well for you. Dude, you're so stupid. KP has purposely paused legal escalation right now in order to de-escalate the situation. I just couldn't do it. I know a potential lawsuit would just wreck Lio's life. Or like doxing him. I just want him to stop stealing. Admit that he shared private files, take potentially illegal material down, and just leave me the fuck alone. Maybe if you shut up, nothing else will happen. Maybe if you didn't make this document, I wouldn't be doing a stream talking about you again, for the umpteenth time. Maybe if you just continue doing your regularly scheduled content and going away, getting a job, stop being a mooch, nothing would have happened. Yikes. Whap, whap, whap. Wait, what is this? What's this archive? Please tell me it's not linked to the damn mega doc. What is this? Podcast. Oh, it's K-Huck. Oh my god, it's K-Huck. Oh my god. And it is just the whole stream. Holy shit. 07's the K-Huck. Are you even gonna show, like... Did she just speak to Lio for 4 hours? Where is it? She's talking about Templar here. What? Wait, is this even the right stream? Does she even talk to Lio? Sorry, hold on.
Very true. One more thing. So, I just find it kind of... Go get... And I heard guess what happens?
For you can get filled up.
Oh no, not that audio thing.
Life.
Did Lio even call into the stream?
Go get a life. Okay? This goes... A significant genius that he is to... Posted the chat.
Sorry, I'm just looking. Sorry, chat.
Let me get it pulled. Bid. You're interested. The idiot. Guess what happens? Not. And I heard that yes.
Let me see.
Deserve it.
Where's the interview with Lio? Where is this?
Couple of days.
Where is this, dude? That's not Lio. That's British Runner.
Jack Slade's there.
What are they talking about? There's nothing here. Did they link the wrong thing? Dog. Okay. Insane. That makes no sense. Bro. You so for real right now? Oh. Hostile tone. So sad. So sad. Oh. They're being mean. Oh. So sad. Okay. We'll just look through. These are just like quotes that Lio is being mean. Lio man bad. Okay. Lio man bad. We just scroll through the rest of this dog channel. We're probably gonna wrap it up for tonight, okay? Is there anything interesting that I should know about this document before we wrap things up, chat? Because I kind of want to just get this churned down in one stream. It's been fun. It's been fun so far, okay? Any other funnies that I should, take note of, okay? Okay, that's the end of the document. Do I get mentioned anymore in this? I'm kind of curious. They actually use my proper name? Nope. Yin. Ah, damn it. Yin the Yang. No mentions of Yin the Yang. Yin the Yang. What the fuck? Find the Beckett one. What Beckett one? What am I looking for specifically? What am I looking for specifically, Pinker? It's 27 mentions of Beckett. Insane. Let me go to the bottom. Oh wait, what was that? Hold on. Hold on. What was that? Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Evil stuff, chat, okay. Very evil stuff. Holy shit. Guys, it's been a fun stream tonight. I don't think there's anything more else that I really want to talk about with this document. What do I think of it, I guess? KP needs to, like, grow up and just give up on this. And just go live her life at the end of the day. The one going over his stream. Wait, what? What do you mean? Oh, you mean the meaning when the meaning of beanie language? Hold on, let me find out. I think I know what you're talking about, Pinker. Hold on. Let me have a look. Let's see. I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight, I think. Oh, and quoting him? Okay. Remember, guys, this is a document about Lio Convoy, okay? Trying to find it. Don't want the closing summary, I want the, 4 of the 5 quotes are from his intro song, really? Interesting. Trying to find it. I'm assuming it's near the end. Oh, we already did that, apparently. Oh, okay. Dude, there's just so much with this. So she's continuing her trend of, like, holding legal action above people's heads. She's not going to stop DMCAing people. She's not going to stop trying to leak private information. She's not going to learn. She is now shifting to using an archive channel to, in my opinion, avoid getting her own channel getting struck down. Because she keeps on posting documents and stuff like that aren't allowed. I would not be shocked if that video on that archive channel gets taken down within the coming days. But yes, chat. Guys, I want to thank you all very much for supporting the channel, okay? I very much appreciate it, everyone who showed up today. Guys, there is an insane number of you today. Holy fucking shit, I really do appreciate it. It makes me feel very warm and fuzzy inside. The last thing I ask that you all do is please hit that like button, okay? Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be having a few more different video projects. Ooh, nice voice crack. I'm going to be having some video projects I'm going to be more predominantly focusing on, aside from live streams at the moment, because of just how things are at the moment, okay? But yeah, stuff will be coming out. It's just a matter of sitting down, recording lines for a few of them, doing a bit more additional research, and getting it all sorted, okay? Again, feel free to join the Discord. It should be linked in my channel, and also the link and all that stuff, okay? You can send me different topic suggestions for live streams to cover, and I will try and keep everyone updated on what's been going on. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. But until next time, chat, I want to thank everyone who showed up. I know I've already said that, but I do appreciate it, and I'm going to raid you guys into... Who's live? I'm going to raid you into K-Hack, okay? I'm going to raid you into K-Hack, okay? So guys, take care, and good night. Oh shit. Thank you, CC, for the $2 Like and subscribe, people. Thank you so much. Let me quickly give you guys some marshmallows before I end the stream. There you go, guys. You guys can have some marshmallows on your way out, okay? But yes, chat. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.